for those of you who have not been here before, I am Dr. Leo. That's Mr. Jack Dax up
Hello.
here. And we are going to be your guys' announcers and commentators for today's Thursday Night Mod Challenge. So the way this works, it is a lottery system on the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. If you want to get a part of this, be a part of this, there's going to be a link in the Twitch box below to get onto the Discord, and you can challenge us, and it's a lottery. Whoever gets picked gets to come on to our Twitch stream and try to kick the ever-loving crap out of us. So we're going to have a good time. It's a very casual environment. We're having fun. You know, we got some brews playing and such like that. So, and today we have the mod Chaoticbear. So the mod is going to be on your left, the left of your screen. And then the challengers on the right. So, and we do have Cardboard live up with deck lists. So all of this is available. Jax, it should be in the like little sidebar, right?
It should be on the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen.
Yep. You will see the CBL list. So, tonight we have 3 rounds, and we are going to be playing Legacy, of course, via webcam. And our first matchup is actually a really fun one. It is Shardless Rug versus Dredge. So Chaotic is going to be on the Shardless, and Solar is on Dredge. And as we saw last week, we did have a fun Dredge matchup, but unfortunately for the losing side for a good friend I.
It appears Cardboard Live doesn't want to be turning itself on.
No, of course.
Give me 1 second to return it back on. Should be good.
All right. Are we up and running?
Yeah, we should be good on the Cardboard Live. Let me do a double check on that. Sorry, guys. We just want to make sure you have the most optimal experience possible.
Yes. Yes, we do. So we need to hold the clock and hold the players.
No, they're fine.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Ooh,
everything's working.
Can we flip Solus's deck because his camera?
Thanks for catching that.
Yeah, I got you, dog.
There we go.
Much better. Oh, now we actually look like we're in the real world here. All right. So, okay. Are we good?
We're all good to go now.
All right. Let's let them know. Oh, can we switch into the voice channel and let them know?
Sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hi, y'all. Are you all ready to go?
We were. My camera apparently froze, but now we are apparently good. So I'm going to shuffle back up.
I'll restart the timer for you guys. Anything else?
Thank you.
I'm going to mulligan.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. I'll drop.
I'm back. They just had a video error, so they're now going to be going and starting.
Oh, okay. Are we still live on Twitch?
Yep. And their audio is live. I'm very much aware. Because I want to make sure you guys hear the players and what's actually going on.
Okay. Can you pull up the stream again for me to hop into? I can't see anything.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys. On our end, we use a different kind of software, so Doc can also be on the same time as I. The Twitch stream is a little bit far behind by about a couple seconds. We're getting the real-time action while also telling this to you guys.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And I have to say, I love Chaotic's mat. That mat is great.
I mean, it's him and his dog.
I know. It's awesome. I love seeing it. It's so adorable. But, okay, so when we come down to this matchup, so once again, Dredge is a boogeyman in any format that exists. Like modern, legacy, vintage, you're always going to see Dredge just being just a powerhouse in there, and especially in this game 1. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how Shardless Rug kind of tackles this matchup. I mean, it's been a long time since we've actually seen Shardless Rug actually be a deck. Chaotic is insistent on it. He loves this deck, and he's gonna pilot it. So I think when it comes down to this matchup, primary game plan is probably going to be he needs it like a hate pace or something like that to try and slow down the dredge. Like honestly, this is just going to be hey, we'll see how Solus has a good strong opening hand or something like that, especially like an LED or something like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely on that same game plan. Hopefully, you get the dredge on quick. Otherwise, this is going to be a problematic game.
Yeah, and so I mean, and Solus pretty much on like your stock list of dredge. 4 Narcomoeba, 4 Stinkweed Imps, 4 Golgari Grave Troll. The new interesting additions though is a 1 of Oxybagonus and 1 of Hogak Arisen Necropolis. And as we know, Hogak busted card from Modern Horizons. Card is absolutely ridiculous, and in Legacy it even has its own deck. And most we see in Dredge is playing like a 1 of because it can't nuke its graveyard as effectively because it's still running for the 4 of Icarid. But this 1 of Oxybagonus is insane. I think it's a really good card. Yeah, this 1 of have you seen this card, Oxybagonus?
I have not. What does
it do? So it's 3 red. Don't care. It's Dredge, obviously.
Of course.
Hey, for a 4/2, and it says when Oxybagonus enters the battlefield, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards.
Okay.
So it has escape for red. Exile 8 other cards from your graveyard. And then when an Oxybagonus escapes, it escapes with a +1/+1 counter. So you get a 5/3 for exiling 8 other cards from your graveyard. And when it enters the battlefield, you get to draw 3 cards, which in Dredge, we don't care if you discard your hand.
Good lord. Well, if you haven't seen the play already, we've got double LED and a Mana Confluence.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I was busy. Oh my gosh.
Dirty.
Yeah, that was oh, this is going. Okay. Yep. Oh yeah, this is brutal. Yeah, Chaotic buddy, I love you, but yeah.
Well, that is a nice Faithless Looting.
Oh, that is a beautiful altered Faithless Looting. And so we got Faithless Looting, Putrid Rim, Icarid. Oh, Solo showing off the Faithless Looting. We all know Chaotic loves his bling as well. So we got 2 LEDs, a Faithless Looting in the grave, and a Cabal Therapy.
Yep.
Now, Cabal Therapy is regarded as like one of the really big powerhouses in Dredge. With Dredge, I mean, a lot of games you can just win off of Cabal Therapying your opponent to death.
Let me see the crack. He had no hand.
Yep.
He had already discarded everything.
Yep. 3 red floating. Flashback, Faithless Looting. Start. Oh my.
Discard Golgari Grave Troll. Dredge it. Dredge another one. Oh.
Yep. There's the Ox.
Oh man.
Oh man. Solus loving this Dredge hit. Oh my god. And with the other LED, he can bring back the Ox and then do another draw for 3. Right now, I mean, like we were talking in the pregame, the Ox really. Yep. Here comes that.
Here
Ox.
comes it.
I called it.
Woo!
This Ox is a powerhouse. This thing is ridiculous. Now he has a free 5/3 on the field, and he can Dredge 3 more times.
All right, what is he exiling? It's exile 2, right?
It's exile 8 other cards.
8 other cards. You'll need to exile those.
Yeah, hold on. Let's stop him. Let's see if we can.
Let me pop in it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, if you can pop in.
Hi, y'all. We need you to exile 8 cards to the trigger for escape.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
God.
Yeah. Before you resolve anything else. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, no, it's very important.
Yeah. I only remember the important part, which is Dredge 18.
Thanks, guys. Be back.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, is he exiling the cards?
Yep.
Okay, I see now. Yeah, so we see him exiling. I mean, he's got plenty of lands to exile. Like, it's not like it matters. This graveyard is so stacked. And remember, this is turn 2, folks.
This is an insane turn 2 from Solus.
Yeah, this is this is insane. Like I said, this Ox is one of the most busted cards that have come from Theros Beyond Death for Dredge. And, just having the free Dredge 3 cards, plus
he's
also...
getting Cabal Therapy. I wonder what he's naming.
Getting Cabal Therapy. How many bridges do we have in there? One... Looks like just one bridge. No, 2 bridges. 2 bridges. Oh, wait, no. That looks like a Street Wraith. Yeah. Yeah, it's a street. It's 1 bridge.
Yeah, I think he has the newer bridges.
Yeah, Chaotic is not giving any
scoop
more
it up.
Yeah, he said, no way in hell can I get that. Oh, man.
That
was brutal.
Absolutely disgusting turn 2. The turn 1 was already disgusting enough with double LED. But the turn 2 is just unbelievable. Getting the Ox and just absolutely beating face. As you know, Dredge can do that.
Like I said, the Ox is ridiculous. I've seen several variations. I mean, popular YouTubers like Pleasant Kenobi have been playing it in Dredge and stuff like that. And it honestly really is invigorated Dredge. And it's just so broken. And the best part is they only run it as a 1-of. So it's you will always find it. Anyways, so here we come to sideboard. We're going to start with Chaotic because he's on the play for the next round. We have 3 red elemental blasts, 2 abrade, 1 cindervine, 1 collector oof, 1 pyroclasm, 2 fiery confluence, 4 leyline of the void, and 1 magmatic sinkhole. What do you like here?
I don't really know, honestly. In this Dredge matchup, his board is not that great.
The 4 leyline of the void, I'm taking those in first, obviously. So 4 leyline of the void, and I honestly really like the 1 pyroclasm and the 2 fiery confluences.
Yeah, the fire confluence is probably pretty good with the modes, and as well as the pyroclasm. But I would definitely say leyline of the void is the must, and then everything else is kind of flexible. But what do you think Dredge is bringing in here?
Okay, so Dredge, so the hardest part about playing Dredge is knowing the sideboard matches. And so obviously he got to see not Tropical Island, Volcanic Island, and Ancestral Visions. He could put him on Shardless because it's the only deck that runs Ancestral Visions. But I don't know how long Solar has been in the format. So honestly, I would probably just bring in the 3 Nature's Claim. I would just go 3 Nature's Claim and call it good. I wouldn't go for any of the other Dredge, Reanimate type stuff. If you know Shardless in the past, you know that it's a very dedicated mid-range list. You have to get to 3 mana to get any sort of advantage. And Dredge is just looking to kill you before that.
That's very astute. I would be on the same path. I mean, even now, when you rarely see Ancestral, you know it's Shardless. It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be Shardless. Oh, Solar. Did we lose Solar?
He's back.
No, he's back, yeah. So, yeah, honestly, I would just bring in the 3 Nature's Claim, call it good, minimal sideboarding, don't impact your game plan, just try to go really fast. While, of course, hers is...
Wismare.
Okay.
Whose board is that in?
Wismare, that is in Dredge's board.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's another possibility, and, it hits, and we saw Ivan playing it last week, so... But when it comes down to this matchup, it's honestly going to be, does Chaotic have the protection spell? So the Force of Will for the removal spell he has that Force of Will and a Leyline of Void. That's what he has to have, and he can just ride those to victory.
Indeed.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how deep Chaotic mulligans, though. I mean, we do have the London Mulligan, which helps you find your hate pieces, but man, like... How deep do you want to go?
How badly do you want the leyline?
Well,
at that point.
I don't know how much you watch other like non-legacy content, but Saffron Olive from MTG Goldfish was playing a modern game on one of his wacky decks, and he mulliganed to 1 to hit a leyline against Dredge and won.
Interesting. I mean, Dredge has to really be hosed that hard and not have any Nature's Claims or Force of Vigors.
Yeah, and I mean, he got very lucky, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Isn't that so with Magic? Variance is our enemy, but also our blessing.
Yeah, hence why the Nightmare Cat has gotten rid of, because who cares about variance when you can just draw your entire deck off of Mishra's Baubles, or always having a recurable 3-mana threat. So
the impact of companions cannot be understated when companions are too good. I think the format will start slowing down again. We won't have perfect, excessive Luris combo decks. Everyone playing Luris and everyone playing Zerda, which Wizards seem to understand that if you banned Luris, you had to ban Zerda. It was just too simple to be like, okay, the best deck is now Mono White Bomberman, and congrats.
Yeah.
Time to start playing these horrible loop combos, which actually take a long time to execute in Magic Online. If you've ever seen it played, Magic Online asks you for every trigger. There's no way to shortcut that. You just have to play fast.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's one of those things that you're just sitting there clicking your way through carpal tunnel, and I'm glad they got rid of it. They just needed to. But that's why we stick to, our good old-fashioned paper cards, grinding and playing with, good old-fashioned legacy decks.
Of course, and it seems like our players are going to get started, so hopefully we'll be back into it.
Solus looks like he kept on 7, and right now it looks like Chaotic is just mulliganing for the ley line, so he's done on looks like a 5-card hand most likely.
Yeah, I would probably say somewhere around there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and okay, looks like he's found a hand that he likes to keep. Hey, all right, let's see. All right, does he reveal the ley line?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, he is suspending
Gilded Goose.
No, it is not a Gilded Goose. That is in fact what's it called? Thunderous Footfalls or
the Modern Horizon card,
Crashing
right?
Footfall.
Yes, the Modern Horizon card.
Yeah. The 1 mana suspend, you create 2 4/4 or 4/4 rhinos with trample. And Solus looks like he starts off much slower start than before. He kept a Gemstone Mine into a Putrid Imp. So
we all can't have double LED starts. As much as we would like that god tier variance as a Dredge player.
There's a reason why they run 4 of them in the deck. You got to hit them. It's like in Vintage Dredge when you mulligan until you hit your Bazaar Baghdad.
Of course. No other way.
Yeah. It looks like Solus is probably deciding if he wants to try and discard some cards. Oh, wait. Chaotic Design is going to resolve. Okay. So he's got the Force of Will, getting rid of the Putrid Imp. But, well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he got him. The bait.
Oof.
So he baited out the Force of Will with a Putrid Imp. And because he knows that he can have some ridiculously fast starts off of a good Putrid Imp where he just discards most of his hand. And now there he goes. He has the LED on the field. Now, a blind LED isn't going to save him. He has to have something like a breakthrough or faithless looting, especially.
I mean, this is absolutely brutal. The Force was throwing out the Ancestral Vision.
Oh, yeah, he did pitch Ancestral Visions there, man. But to be fair, he doesn't have the blue mana really to suspend it.
That's true.
So it looks like he's ticking down. All of those Gemstone Mines do tick down. Oh!
I was not expecting that.
Oh my god, he brought in the Oko.
Okay.
Did he just turn his...
Yeah, he did!
He just turned his Elk into a 3/3. His LED to a 3/3. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it's Eternal Weekend all over again.
Oh man, this is just like Vintage when we turned our Black Lotuses into elves.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? Solus, I have to give props to Solus. He probably knew. He's like, all right, there's a chance that I just can't beat a ley line. So screw it. I'm gonna bring in my surprise, Haymaker card. Looks like what's he paying 4 mana for? Oh, that's a hard cast Icarid.
Oh yeah.
That's 3/6/9 on the field.
Oh my lord, that is disgusting. Oh my God,
going as fair as possible. There's no ley line.
That is disgusting.
Okay, well, to be fair, now Chaotic does have 2 free 4/4s basically.
How much damage was that in total?
That was 9 damage in total. Icarid is a 3/1, and each one of those are 3 3s.
We're all the way down to 7.
Wow, that was brutal. That was Oh wow. Okay, so let's see if Chaotic can survive here. So so Crashing Footfalls has gone off suspend. Looks like he finally top decked the land, and he does have 2 free 4/4s. Now these 4/4s are not hasted. They are not like a creature that comes off suspend. This is still just a spell that casts to give you 2 free 4/4s. Awesome if you hit him off of a shardless. Not as good if you suspend it on turn 1. But I mean, these 2 4/4s are going to stem the bleeding, and looks like Chaotic is now down to 6 off of that Misty Forest fetch.
That'll be 6. That'll definitely be 6.
Yeah,
Apologies, I was
man.
just getting the Oracle text on Icarid, just to make sure.
Yeah, no worries, dog. I I have played against a lot of dredge in my day and lost to it a lot, especially from Ivan. So I have that terrible monstrosities burned into my skull.
Of course. And for those of you who are new to the channel, Ivan is one of our Discord mods on the Legacy
Yes.
Discord. You can type in !Discord to join our Discord if you want. Or you'll see Nightbot every 15 minutes or so drop a link to the Discord.
Yeah. And he might be found in the chat as well. He kind of likes to troll the chat room.
I think we're hearing the dog to stay on the stream.
Oh, sorry about that. That little Mango is not the happiest right now after getting her cone of shame.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he pondered.
Resolve to ponder.
Did he shuffle off of it?
I did not catch it, unfortunately,
Okay.
at that time.
Okay, so it looks like he did bring back the Icarid off of exiling the Putrid Imp, but without something. Here's an interesting thing with Dredge. You can turn the Icarid into an elk, and now you have just a permanent Icarid on the field. But
that is true.
It looks like Solus is just going all out for it. He understands that he still has a 2-turn clock.
And he's blocking the LEDs.
The blocking the LEDs, yeah. Okay. And so Chaotic is now down to 3 after taking that Icarid hit. Let's see what Solus has in hand. Let's see what Solus has coming up.
Down to 15 for Solus off the City of Brass and the Mana Confluence. And he's got another Stinkweed.
Hard casting Putrid Imp. Went in the fairest way possible in Dredge.
Is that Stinkweed or Putrid? I've never get that.
That's Stinkweed Imp.
Okay.
Stinkweed Imp is the one that you can dredge. Putrid is the one that you can discard to. So
just double checking my arts references here. I was pretty sure it was Stinkweed, but I haven't played Dredge in a long time.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, I used to win games of competitive EDH off the back of Stinkweed Imp in my Gitrog deck, so that card and I are very familiar.
He's plussing it to make the Icarid a 3/3, thereby not having to discard it. Interesting.
Not have to sacrifice it.
Yes.
Turn. Yeah. I mean, this honestly, this is just once again demonstrating the power of Oko. And there we go. Solus is back.
Yeah. OBS Ninja, the software that we use, tends to glitch out every so often, but it usually fixes itself.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. Usually. Hey.
Seems Chaotic's going to swing in for 4.
Yep. Might as well. But I mean, I hate another hasty Icarid, but he's on 2 lands, so unless he's able to get like a dredge or something like that, I would 100% trade off this Stinkweed Imp. 100%, I would trade it off because Stinkweed Imp, if you remember, has a prehistoric version of what's it called? Death Touch, where it says whenever it deals damage, it will kill the creature, it destroys the creature. So with Stinkweed Imp, I would.
Oh, he made it a 3/3. We got a bolt.
Oh, we have a bolt to save it.
And it will not matter what he blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would trade. I like to trade off the Stinkweed because honestly, that you basically have a recurable abyss. You have a creature abyss, but I don't think he has the 3rd mana source to cast it again. So yeah. Oh, I think we can have. I think we have chaotic stabilizing here.
We do have an island. Yeah, this might be stabilization.
Yeah, because he can kill this Oko right now.
Oh, we're looking at a brainstorm on main phase.
Yeah, Mainstorm Brave Phase, main main phase Brainstorm. Little mango kept me up all night last night, so a little scatterbrained right now.
All good, Doc. All good. And it seems like he's making a hard choice on the Brainstorm. And any Legacy aficionado who has played with Brainstorm will know Brainstorm is usually the card that loses you the game, but also wins you the game. It all depends on how you stacked it.
Yes, that is so true. And also, if you can do what I like to call basically cheating, which is have the Brainstorm plus a fetch land up.
Oh, yeah. Don't you love your Ancestral Recall?
Oh,
we got a Sylvan Library.
Ooh, Sylvan Library. Okay. Okay, so we get in for 4. Oh, and he's going straight at Solace's face.
Okay.
That is a ballsy play. So remember, Oko does plus to create food, and food gives you +3 life. So honestly, here we come with the dredge with the stinkweed in the graveyard.
Yep.
Oh man,
there's a bridge from below.
There is a bridge from below. So this has just given Icarid 1 to 2 new 3 new cards that it can eat to come back as a hasty 3/1 threat next turn. But we're gonna. I think Chaotic has actually like kind of stabilized here. I mean, it might be that he's Brainstorm locked, but Sylvan Library can really kind of dig him out of that.
You are correct. He did take 2 hits from the 4/4, and it seems they're going to scoop it up.
Oh wow!
Chaotic game 3.
Game 2. Wow, Chaotic, man, that was pulling it back from the brink of death. That was impressive. Good job, buddy. Good job.
Now that's some recovery.
Yeah. All right. So so we saw that Dredge brought in the one of Oko Thief of Crowns.
Yep.
Do you really think you're going to keep that on, in the on the draw, or do you think you're going to cut that as well? Oh no, he's going to be on the play.
He's going to be on the play.
Yeah. So do you keep it in when you're on the play then?
If you're on the play, it might be a good tempo game advantage, but at the same time, I don't think like you really want to be playing it unless you're trying to go for a fair game. Dredge is going to hope for just being on the play and having an explosive start. I think. So
yeah, I think
he'll probably side in whatever he put out for Oko, which I'm not sure what he put out. So
yeah, I don't know. It seemed like those dredges were very anemic, honestly. Though I love the double LED turning him into elves and attacking. I thought that was a brilliant play, like honestly. But it looks like he just slowed his game plan too much. And honestly, in this matchup, you don't want to be slow. So Chaotic just has too much just raw card advantage. I mean, every one of his cards cascades into a new card, and just so much you're just getting 2 for 1 for days.
Indeed, and I'm really curious if Solus actually knows what he's playing against yet, because there hasn't been any real good sign of saying, I'm going to be doing this. This is the game plan.
I think he completely knows what he's on. I mean, back in the day, Shardless used to be in bug colors more than rug, but it was featured in rug a lot for cards like Bloodbraid Elf. So the rug variant I know was a little bit more on the underground side of things, but I'm sure he knows what he's playing against now, especially after seeing the crashing footfalls, everything like that. I think that he knows his opponent's on Shardless.
Yeah, I mean, the crashing footfalls probably gives you the best opinion of what you might be playing against. It's a little bit out there.
Oh yeah, it is very much out there.
And I definitely agree with our commentators on our stream chat, at least in terms of Dredge. I want gas. I only want gas and hate. That's all I want as the Dredge player. 1 gear, go.
Yep. That's all you need. You just floor it, pedal to the metal, try to put as many zombies, Icarids, monstrosities on the field at once, turn them sideways, and go for there. So I honestly think bringing the Oko was a brilliant play, but now that Chaotic's seen it, get rid of it. Get rid of it. You're on the play. You have the advantage. Make sure you just have some hate for Leyline and go from there. But let's see how deep Chaotic's willing to mulligan again for that graveyard hate.
Well, we didn't even see it in game 2. That's the best part.
Yeah, there are some games where it's like both opponents keep a hand that's like, well, I can execute my plan fast, but I have no graveyard hate, so screw it. I'm just gonna go with it. And then the graveyard player is like, well, I have my backup plan, so screw it. I'm just gonna go with that, and hopefully that works. And so everybody's on plan B, and nobody's executing plan A. And I think that's gonna be that's just what happened with that game. And Chaotic executed it better.
All right, it seems like we're getting our mulligans on.
Yeah,
Solus, I think, is going to keep his hand.
I think he's keeping as well on 7. So if you're keeping on 7 on the play with Dredge, do you think he has speed or he has a hate piece, an answer to a hate piece?
Ooh, Chaotic went down to 6 and got his ley line.
Yep, he got a ley line. Let's see.
Now you really hope.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting.
Okay.
Putrid Imp. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Chaotic drawing a card. Now, do you wait? Oh, go ahead.
So I think the make or break at this point is, does Dredge have the enchantment removal? If it doesn't, this game is going to go from bad to very bad quick.
Okay, I agree completely. Now, here's my secondary question for you. If you have the piece, when do you fire it off?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so this is one of the hard parts when it comes to the Dredge matchup. If you have, okay, here we go, Faithless Looting.
Faithless Looting. Okay, we're throwing stuff away.
If you have the answer, when do you fire it off? And when do you wait for the Cabal Therapy, or are you waiting for the? Oh, so he discarded Cabal, not Cabal Therapy. Golgari Grave Troll and Shenanigans. It looked like. So I think what he's looking for is he's looking for his Graveyard Hate. His answer to the Ley Line, and also a Cabal Therapy. Because if you have the Cabal Therapy to name Force of Will, they either force it, or it looks like Chaotic is going down to 18 off that Wooded Foothills fetch.
All right.
Or do you just try to just rocket it off and pray to God that it works, and then go for your game plan?
Honestly, I'm gonna try. If I was a Dredge player, I'd be trying to find my answers. Unless I find like absolutely backbreaking like other plans, I'd find my hate pieces and try and get the ley line as fast as possible off, and try and execute it when you know they have no mana up, and hope that you don't run into a force. Really hope you don't run into a force.
And that's what it comes down to, is you just have to force check them sometimes. Like, how many turns are you allowed to give Chaotic before, you're just like, I can't win anymore. So, but luckily, Shardless is a very slow deck. It's a deck that has been known to be able to play the long late game. And so, since if it can play the long late game, like, I don't know. I think I'd rather fire it off faster. Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think definitely what the comments are saying. Definitely, Cabal Therapy is going to help us get the forces out, and then hopefully we can just launch off, Nature's Claim or something and get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I missed a City of Brass play, so...
Yes, he should be at 19.
19.
Yeah.
Ooh, down to 17 here.
Yep.
That's a Stinkweed.
Stinky. Once again, this is a death-touching creature. I mean, it's still something, at least.
I mean, he is swinging in for 1.
Yeah. And once again, for all of you that have just now joined us, welcome. This is the MTG Paper Legacy Discord Challenge a Mod event. I am Dr. Leo. This is Mr. Jack Dax above me. And we are the mods commentating for tonight's event. If you like the cut of our jib, and if you like, how we run things around here. If you hit exclamation Discord, the Discord link will pop up and you can join in. So it's a lot of fun. We have great events, really good community. Over 1,000 people now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a ton of fun, and definitely people there are great to talk to as well as meet. Everyone loves to play a game of Legacy, and you can just pick up stuff in the LFG group.
Yeah. A lot of pickup matches going on every single day. I recorded once. We once had like 40-something ping me requests in one day. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Oh, and now we see our first threat coming from Chaotic in the form of Dreadhorde Arcanist, the powerful zombie wizard.
It's Bay. It's Bay. Big Arcanist energy.
Big Arcanist energy. I once died playing against Rug Delver off of casting a Become Immense on a on a Dreadhorde Arcanist, and then they attacked with it because its power and toughness was the exact same. Its power was the exact same as the Become Immense. After you pump it,
Oh my
he was
Lord.
able to recast the Become Immense, and I died. Yeah, it sucked.
So we have a Cabal Therapy and a Response Brainstorm. I'm assuming the Cabal Therapy is something like Force of Will.
Yeah, it's got to be Force of Will. Oh, yeah. So we see here he's sacking the Gemstone Mine for that one. And, Brainstorm probably hiding away maybe a key piece or something like that, or searching for a Force of Will. Okay, let's see what the name is. Probably Force of Will.
The name was Lightning Bolt?
He named Lightning Bolt.
Interesting name. So we have a Ponder, an Ancestral Vision, and I believe just a Forest.
Just a forest, yeah. Okay, so there is no protection. So if he has the answer, he's going to let it rip, and this is going to go. We'll see how this goes. Let's see if he has a way of fueling his graveyard.
This is absolutely brutal.
Okay. No, just an attack for 2. And yeah. Oh, and just a passing of the turn. Oh no. Yeah, and Solus, I don't know, hitting the bolt from the hand, it just means he gets flashback from the Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Oh, yeah.
So,
casting for 3, what did he find? It's the Shardless Agent!
Here comes the Shardless!
Oh, it's
the Crashing Footfall!
It's the Circus of Value!
Oh, it's so much value! Oh!
Oh, my Lord. Oh, here comes the Arcanist. Trigger! He's going for flashing back the Crashing Footfalls. Oh, that's disgusting.
Wait, how can he flash back the Crashing Footfalls?
It is a relevant target for sorcery.
Yeah, but the Crashing Footfalls has a higher CMC. What is...
The CMC of it is equal to the card, which I think is 1.
Because Crashing Football doesn't have a CMC.
Yeah. It's 0 because of the...
Oh, the value. Oh my god, he just created 16 power worth of rhinos in 1 turn.
Brutal.
Oh my god.
That is massively in his favor. And yes, as the comments have explained, Crashing Footfalls has a 0 CMC because it is a
It's a suspend card.
It's a suspend card,
Yeah. Oh my god.
This is brutal.
Oh my god, this is chaotic, man. Okay. So I had known that Dreadhorde Arcanist had been talked about in Rogue variants of Charlotte before, but I never understood why. I was like, why do you care? Now I see. You get to recast your Ancestral Visions. You get to recast your Crashing Footfalls. This card is busted.
We just lose him again. Oh, and I think they gave up. Yep. Yeah, I think it's 2-1 Chaotic.
Yeah, 2-1 Chaotic. Chaotic takes match 1. First match goes to the mods. Man, that was brutal. Had the powerful Leyline of the Void to keep him in check, stop the graveyard shenanigans. And then Dreadhorde Arcanist was insane. And then that Shardless into Crashing to bringing it back with that swing from the Dreadhorde Arcanist was insane. Man, okay, I have mad respect for this deck now. Wow.
Oh, we brought in an Oko and a Shenanigans.
Yeah. And Oko shenanigans. So what I'm guessing is Solus did not put him on what's called Leyline. And to be fair,
Yeah.
that's understandable. With something like what's called Grafdigger's Cage, you can hit that off of a Shardless agent. You can't hit a Leyline of the Void off of a Shardless. So it's understandable that he probably put him on Grafdigger's Cage rather than okay.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Well,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our round one. Are we gonna take a short break?
yeah, we're going to take a short break. I'll throw up the between rounds screen, and we'll be back in a little bit just to get everyone situated, and hopefully we get the stream set up so I'll run perfectly. So give us a couple
Awesome.
minutes.
Yeah.
See you in a bit, guys.
Hello, everyone. We are back with round 2 of the Challenge the Mod Night here on the MTG Paper Legacy Discord or Twitch's channel. And can we get
I'm trying
so
to
we can
fix it.
change? Yeah, thanks, Doug. Appreciate it. So we have here this on your left is going to be BeyondSadistic. He is running a pretty well stocked D&T mono white list. Now that Luris is gone, that little crazy white weenie deck is finally gone, and we have a pretty solid stock list here, and that is completely in contrast to these lists, which Malfie is well known throughout our Discord for wanting to play some grindy matches, and this thing is made to grind. We have a Yorion Legacy banned Yorion Urza Blade. So basically, the overall game plan from what I can get here is it's a Yorion deck that is using the Thopter Sword combo combined with Urza, and to play kind of a mid-range list with just like a crazy package. I mean, we have everything from the good old-fashioned intuition for 3 accumulated knowledges in this list. We have Snapcaster Mages. We have Stoneforge Mystics, Uros, Snow Mana, and Ice Fangs. It's going to be a wild. Oh, it's going to be a wild list. I mean, 80 cards allows you to throw in a lot of different pieces here, and especially with Yorion being able to flicker out and you rebuy things like Snapcaster Mage and Stoneforge Mystic are going to be really, really interesting. So what are you thinking about, Jordan, when it comes to this match?
I'm thinking, for me at least, Malfie's list is going to be pretty hype. I haven't seen a lot of Yorion yet, so I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, same. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. The Death and Taxes, as we all know, wants to play that disruptive game plan, kick you in the shin once or twice and then finish you off using some 2/2s and maybe a Mirren Crusader here. So it's going to be really interesting. And, when it comes to, playing with 80 cards, I mean, you're adding 20 more, so you're increasing variance, all sorts of stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I don't know. It seems like it's so easy to just draw like your entire deck, even with 80 cards, just because you have things like Astrolabe, Ice Fang, Quotal, and stuff like that. All the mistakes of 2019 into 2020.
And I haven't looked at his list, but I'm assuming he's running 4 Abundant Growth and 4 Arkham's Astrolabe. So you got the poor man's Astrolabe and the true Astrolabe.
Actually, he's on 1 Abundant Growth and 4 Astrolabe.
Okay, he's not going for the full 8. Interesting.
Yeah, he's not going for the full 8, but you have other really good flicker targets, things like Snapcaster and Stoneforge, the 4 Ice Fang. I mean, you flicker an Ice Fang once or twice. I mean, that's already so much value. And
we're off.
Yep, and we're off. Can we make sure that Malfie declared his companion?
Yes, he did. He showed it on stream. I'm sorry if it didn't catch on.
Oh, yeah.
It was Yorion.
No. Yep. Yeah.
We've been having some glitches with Malfie's stream feed, so it might come in and out.
No worries. Okay, so it looks like we got Snow-Covered Island into a
main phase
1 Brainstorm.
Yep.
Main phase is turn 1 Brainstorm. So if you're main phase turn 1 Brainstorm, I'm guessing you probably have some sort of issues with mana right now. Like if I'm your opponent and I'm seeing that, I'm calling it that there's some sort of issue with mana.
Yeah, if it's not a Ponder, at this point I'm like, man, that's some desperation. That might be a Brainstorm lock.
Yeah, exactly. That early in the game, man. Like I like the Brainstorm more on like turn 3, turn 4. Wait, what?
He lucked out. He got a Flooded Strand.
Wait. Did Malfie what's happening here?
What is happening here?
Oh yeah, Corey's stream looks like it.
Corey's stream might have froze. Yeah,
okay.
It froze.
Oh, okay.
That makes a lot of sense. Sorry, guys. So what we missed out on is he passed and must have played a Plains and had a Violin 1.
Yeah.
So Corey must have gone first. Sadistic went first. So
yeah,
that is what happened. Wow. I was wondering why he was just waiting. Apologies from us. But his turn 1 was definitely Plains into a Aether Vial, and then after that he played a Rishadan Port, and now he's playing a Wasteland.
Yeah. And It
We got
looks like here.
Fetch.
No, Malfie's at 19, not 29. This is
That's weird.
As
That
close
is
to
weird.
Commander as we are getting with this.
Good catch, Doc.
Yeah, I got you, dog. So it looks like we are on Malfie's upkeep, tapping down the white source.
Probably the white source, so we'll find out when it comes back. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully Malfie's feet.
No, he responded. He responded and played a Snapcaster targeting Brainstorm and probably didn't do anything.
Yeah.
At least that's my assumption. What is going on here? So we got a Snapcaster attack.
Yeah. Which I would not do into a Violon 2, honestly.
Violent
That's
2,
how you
responding with a Stoneforge Mystic, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and sorry folks about the stream stuff. The internet on Malfie's end is not working out that great, so there's some like lag happening. So we're trying our best to commentate what's exactly going on. It appears for us that Stoneforge Mystic is going to be blocking a Snapcaster, but we're not sure. We do know that it did resolve the trigger, so we got a Sword of Fire and Ice.
And that sort of Fire and Ice obviously going to be the biggest part, biggest draw engine of Death and Taxes. You know, being able to shoot something for 2 at the same time as being able to draw a card each and every turn is so huge. But no, it looks like he just took the 2 from the Snapcaster Mage.
Interesting.
Which he did not block with the Stoneforge Mystic. 100% would have snap blocked if there was a Thalia or something like that. But yeah, still would not. And it looks like we were suspecting, Malfie did in fact miss a land drop.
Yep.
This third turn. It looks like from there. Yeah, he probably brainstormed on that first turn trying to find that land drop on top, but yeah, it doesn't look too good. Upkeep of Malfie, BeyondSadistic is going to tap down which land?
I would think a Plains here.
Yeah, definitely the Plains. The Plains gives you a removal spell.
Oh, he picks the island.
Picks the island. Well, I mean, that's his cantrips.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I mean, he knows that he's playing against an 80-card deck. And right now, actually, tapping down that island is not a bad idea. If he has any sort of ponders or anything like that, he can't do anything with that now. So,
ooh, we got a Misty Rainforest.
He did hit a Misty Rainforest, so here he is hitting the land drops. And what is he
fetching?
Yeah, he is on 4 Ponder, 4 Brainstorm, 4 Accumulated Knowledge as well. So Malfie is here to draw some cards.
Definitely, yeah. He's getting his second island. Another snow-covered, of course. We are playing an Arkham's Astrolabe deck.
We are playing an Arkham's Astrolabe format, my friend.
He's going in for another 2 with the Snapcaster beats. We're going to need a response here, I think. Probably.
And he's activating.
What is that?
I can't see. And in fact, if we can get him to move down his... can you message him or let him know to move down his stuff? Because we can barely see it.
I think I know why that is the case. That's why. That is entirely on me. I apologize, folks.
Is that the promo Mirren Crusader?
I think so.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry, folks. We're trying to resize everything and fix everything out. As you can see, the stream is kind of overlaid.
Okay, I think that was the promo Mirren. Did Mirren Crusader ever have a promo?
I believe it was. And I think Malfie just dropped off. I'm going to try and refresh his settings. And no. Oh, there it is.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it was the Mirren Crusader promo. Man, that art looks good. I had no idea that he had that promo existed. Man. Anyways, now that so yeah, looks like we had an equip from the Stonefort of the Sword of Fire and Ice, and now He is swinging in for damage,
I would
and
assume
he is
so.
going. Yeah, so that's going to be because the sword gives him +2/+2. Is it +2/+2?
The sword
Yes,
gives him +2/+2, and it's also protection from blue and red.
blue and red, and he deals 2 damage to any target and draws a card.
Yep.
So it looks like I think he chose to deal the 2 damage towards Malfie's face.
I would assume so.
I mean, who cares really about the Snapcaster Mage? It can't block. I mean, taking 2 damage is what.
No, he chose not to.
He chose to kill the Snapcaster Mage. Well, I mean, that also makes sense because Snapcaster is just free value off of a Yorion Flicker. So might as well get rid of it now. It stops the clock against you. Yeah. So, and then on the upkeep, we see Malfie's getting... he's probably getting one of his islands tapped down, and he is casting Intuition. The extremely powerful instant reserve list card. You can search your library for 3 of any card, and your opponent gets to choose 1 to put into your hand, and the other 2 go to the graveyard. So the old trick, and this is from the old days, even before really, I think this is before like counter top. This was an old trick to find 3 ancestral knowledges. And put them into your hand. Ancestral Knowledge is a card that says it's 1 in a blue, instant speed, draw a card, and then draw a card for every single card with the name Ancestral Knowledge in your graveyard. So your next ancestral accumulated knowledge. Thank you. So accumulated knowledge, then you draw 3 cards off of the 1 accumulated knowledge. And I think, and that's like an old trick, and this is going to be insane if this is what he's going for. But also another fun hit that he
Come
can
up or
get
didn't?
off.
I think it's having issues. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think we're having stream issues.
Buddy. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna ramble on.
We're having some stream issues, so give me 1 second to figure everything over. Give it like 1 second to figure it out.
Pattern of the intuition. So chat, let's see. Hey, let's see what chat has to say about this. So let's see what chat has to say. Oh, well, sorry about that. I had to pull this up on my phone. I'm not on a fancy computer like Mr. Jack Stacks does. So improvising here. So what we have here is a couple different things that he can go for. He can go for things like Servine's Reclamation and things like Uro. Like either way, he can come out with a lot of 2-for-1s and such like that from this. All right. What do you say, Jordan? We go to a break real quick. We'll give the players time attention.
Give us like 1 second, guys.
Yeah. Back in.
We're back in. We should be ready to go, guys. Everything is good to go.
Can you start the stream so I can see?
Yep. So the players are back. We had a minor issue regarding a streaming issue. We are finally back and good, ready to go. Apologies for the delay, guys.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so we got this going back on.
Yep.
Okay, good to see. Okay, so we just finished up combat. Do we know what he searched for?
Yes, they did explain what he searched for. I believe it was a Savine's Reclamation and something else is what I was hearing.
Yeah, well, Savine's Reclamation is super powerful. It's like one of those broken commander cards that hops in every once in a while, like True Name Nemesis. And
we're putting in a Sanctum Prelate.
That's a Sanctum Prelate.
Hopefully they'll put a dice on it to tell us what number it is. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to figure it out. I would like to assume 1.
Well, that's the thing. You can think about that. Like, yeah, it could be either 1 for the cantrips, the removal, and such like that. You can also snipe that Savine's Reclamation and stuff like that by putting it on 3. There's a couple different things you can do with it. Either way, it's going to be pretty much uncountable because it's going to go through that vial. Let's be real here.
Of course.
Yeah.
But it seems like you didn't cast it. That came off of an end step recruiter.
Recruiter of the Guard, yeah. So, Jordan, what you are one of our D&T aficionados in the mod group. So, are you just going to try and like keep this pressure up right as fast as you can? Because I'm assuming this is somewhat closer to like the Miracles matchup.
Yeah, this is 1 gear go. It's called Beat the Face In, please, and draw cards.
Yeah. At this point, you just gotta hopefully try and kill them before they find like a Terminus or a board wipe. Though, does Malfie have a board wipe in? No, we are looking at no board wipe.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Usually you have a sideboard Supreme or you're running 2 Terminus main on the
well, I mean, this is a crazy Urza sword monstrosity.
So we have a response here. There's something.
So it looks like.
Do we know a number?
This is an upkeep. What's it called? Sanctum Prelate.
Yep. I wonder what he picked. Yeah. Once again, we apologize, folks. There's nothing we can actually do about the streaming part issue. He casted a Stoneforge? That's in the list?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. This is what I'm trying to tell you, dude. This is a Yorion Urza Stoneblade list. It's a Yorion Urza Blade. It is trying to win through the Thopter Sword Foundry combo with Urza using Stoneforge Mystic to cast it, to tutor it. And it looks like
they scooped it up, I think, because Sadistic won.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like Malfie scooped it up because Sadistic just has lethal on board. So, yep, that goes game 1 to Sadistic. So, now that you've actually realized what he's on, here's his sideboard. All right, so once again, Malfie is going to be on the play for game number 2. This is his sideboard in his 80-card Yorion Urza Stoneblade deck. 2 Aethersworn Cannabis, 2 Containment Priest, 1 Back to Basics, 1 Sylvan Library, 1 Force Negation, 1 Path to Exile, 1 Veil of Summer, 2 Wilt, 1, of course, the Yorion Sky Nomad, and 3 Supreme Verdicts. What do you want to bring in, knowing the D&T matchup?
Supreme Verdict. I want to get rid of all the weenies. Got to get rid of all the white weenies.
See, personally, I think I want to bring in 3 Supreme Verdicts and the 2 and the 1 Sylvan Library, and probably the 1 of Path to Exile. He's got some dead cards in there. He's got 2 Veil of Summers in his main board. He cut those right away. those you don't care about those. I'd also cut a forced negation. Like, just get rid of those. You don't need them.
I'd probably board in the Wilt. The cycling is nice. Drawing cards is always good, but also it destroys a target artifact or enchantment, so that's going to be really helpful in this fight.
Yeah. Hitting the artifacts from the D&T side is pretty painful. So in the D&T sideboard from BeyondSadistic, we have a bunch of one-ofs. You ready for these?
Okay. Lay it on me.
So one Path to Exile, one Pithing Needle, one Surgical Extraction, one Containment Priest, one Draneth Magistrate, one Aethersworn Canonist, one Leonic Relic Warder, two Rest in Peace, two Council's Judgment, one Mirren Crusader, one Sword of Feast and Famine, one Cataclysm, and one Elspeth Knight Errant. Whew, what do you like?
Cataclysm, the Rest in Peace, and I also like the two Council's Judgments.
Okay, so now here's my question for you, my friend. Does he know he's playing against an Urza deck? Or do you think he's just playing against a 4-color snow Yorion monstrosity?
I don't think he knows it's Urza yet, but he probably has some suspicion that this definitely is not Miracles. He saw a Stoneforge Mystic, so he might think it's some weird Bant version of Stoneblade with Quettles as the option of having your blades attached to. Yeah. But I don't know if he sniffed out the fact this might be an Urza deck.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. And, I see cards like the Leonian Relic, and I think that's a really solid card to bring in, but he has no idea he's playing against a heavy artifact deck, and especially the one of Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle can name Urza and shut off its ability. So it's one of those things that, these one-ofs that could be amazing bombs, he doesn't know about because of the fact that he killed them too fast in game 1. And I think that's what he's going to try and do before Malfie can bring out this game 2 bomb of Urza. Because I don't know about you, but can D&T beat Urza?
It's very difficult. Like I said, the main objective here is getting a Cataclysm and getting rid of their lands. Yeah. Because you are very more efficient with your Vial. They are.
Yeah.
As the comments are suggesting, Containment Priest is very good against Vial. But as the player of D&T, you're probably not boarding a Containment Priest unless you really think their deck needs it more than yours.
Yeah, and I'm a Green Sun Zenith player personally, so whenever I see a Containment Priest, I am never happy about that. Okay, yeah. So we got Malfie leading off with a turn 1 Arkham's Astrolabe, the powerful 1-mana artifact that makes Blood Moon invalidated.
We're starting with the good old classic turn 1 Mom. She is not the cool art of Mom, in my opinion.
The good old-fashioned Mom that just, pets your head and loves you type Mom, the original printing of Mom.
The original printing of Mom is near and dear to my heart because she definitely looks like a loving mother. Very, very happy.
That's why in my article that I wrote during the Mother's Day weekend tournament, I had to include the loving, endearing mother.
Of course.
So, shameless plug for my Saturday articles that I write for the Weekend Legacy Tournament. You can find them in the post tournament discussion tab, and I also post them each week to the MTGPL Facebook as well. So, shameless plug. I enjoy that people like them.
We're down to 19 here, and we're doing an accumulated knowledge in response to Thalia.
Yeah, and accumulated knowledge, just a powerhouse card that just draws you so much over the game. But the problem is finding the 3 other copies in the 80 card deck. But that's why you got the intuition.
Indeed, you also have Snapcasters, which work interestingly with them.
Yeah, I wonder if he's running any of the flashback land. What's it called? Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, he's running 2 of them. Because that card is, once again, another mistake. It had to be fetchable. Why did it have to be fetchable?
It's you gotta have fetchables. It's the only way it works.
Yeah, and we see here, once again, with the D&T player, I mean, Hardlock, untapped Mother with a Thalia on deck. This is where D&T wants to be. You're taxing, you have protection, and you're just annoying enough.
Are you, though?
Well, I mean, when it comes to the matchup with D&T nowadays, I mean, how is D&T, really fighting these big freaking monstrosities like Uro.
Ooh, we got an Uro.
Exactly, Uro. There is a perfect example. How does, it doesn't get taxed by Thalia, and who cares if you block it with a protected something protected by Mother Rooms? You're still drawing a card, gaining 3 life, and playing a land. The card is busted.
So it's gain 3 life. Honestly, I haven't played enough Uro, so is it 2 or 3?
It's 3 life.
Oh God, Lord.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I started as a one-off in my deck, and as soon as I played it once, I was like, I want to find this card every single time, all the time. And I immediately ordered a second one. The card is busted.
And we're going in for 2 with the Thalia Beats.
Yep, Thalia beats. Who cares? You just gain 3 life.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to climb out of.
Yeah, we have a Horizon Canopy.
Ooh, a Magistrate.
Dranic Magistrate. Okay, now we're talking here. All right, this card is pretty amazing in the Death and Taxes list, and I'm really liking the card, honestly. The more I see it, the more I'm like honestly think that this card has a solid home from now on in Legacy. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. This super powerful 2-mana 1/3 shuts down the companions. It shuts down your Uros. It is a
Irrelevant.
it's irrelevant. This card is so powerful. It's such a busted card. And you see here, he has the mana and also possibly the the graveyard to bring back the Uro this turn, but you just can't because of the Drannith Magistrate.
Indeed, and it seems just such like a hosing play here. I mean, we're looking on their side. We got a double white out of the Horizon Canopy and the Plains, and you have a Mishra's factory on that side. So if he wants to swing in for 2 beats, he can. Yeah.
So he can push for damage, but so as the D&T player, how much are you worried about a sweeper? Like, how much do you push your board?
I would be worried about the sweeper here, but at this point, you're looking at a 5-mana sweeper because all your 4-mana sweepers are going to cost 1 more due to Thalia. Most of your sweepers aren't instant speed unless you're on Terminus. So you're really only scared of probably a STP on like your Drannith Magistrate.
What's really cool? Does Drannith Magistrate actually stop Terminus?
That is true. You are casting for a miracle cost as it enters your hand.
Yeah. So looks like we have a flashed in Icefang Quittle.
Yep, and we're gonna get straight to the ETB trigger and probably Swords to Plowshare on the ETB trigger.
Yep. Yeah, this thing is bye-bye. He does not want to have to tap his mother if he doesn't have to, because he wants to protect that Drannith Magistrate. That Drannith Magistrate keeps things in the graveyard. Ooh, and Malfie has the Force of Will. And he's pitching to Fairy Time Raveler.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. But I guess it makes sense in this case. He's going down to 18 here.
18, yeah.
And where does he block? What's the choice of blocks here?
100% Drannith Magistrate, because it can kill the Drannith Magistrate. Thalia has first strike.
Interesting. He chooses not to block.
Oh, he doesn't
go
block.
Down to 14. I guess if he blocks here, the question becomes, is he going to Mother Runes? We haven't really paid attention to Mother Runes at all, but it is a question. Yes, he does have to pay for Force of Will. I will go in and remind him. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is also
1
on
second.
us.
Let me join in. Hey, y'all. Can you pay 1 for the Force? The Force is a required 1 cost.
Oh, yep, you got it. Sorry.
Perfect. Thanks, y'all.
Here is
all right. We're back.
Sounds good. Can you pull up your?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. I'm in. Okay, so Malfie kind of cut out 1 second. So honestly, I probably would have blocked, and Beyond should be down to 19. Well, he tapped the Horizon. So
you are correct.
So I would honestly. We have a hard cast sword
Fire
here.
Nice.
A Fire and Ice, swinging in for damage. That's 3 damage, drawing a card.
In the air.
Oh, in the air. Thalia is, oof, and
that
dead.
Is a big oof.
And it is not a giver rune, so it cannot give protection from colorless. So, man. Oh, that sword. That sword was brutal.
Key thing to note, he might have another Swords of Plowshare, but he'd be playing into a force since the Thalia is gone.
Yeah.
A lot of different plays he could go here if he has Council's Judgment now, which he might have sided into.
Yeah, I would have definitely sided into the one of Council's Judgment. It's really against the Uros, good against the Uros, and almost every version of Miracles is running Uro. And if he put him on Miracles, he probably would have brought in the Council Judgment.
I'm really surprised here, as it seems like Sadistic is trying to decide what he wants to do here. I would probably swing in a Mother of Runes and the Joneth, because you know it's going to be coming soon anyways, and you can't block.
Well, would you swing in with the Mishra's Factory as well?
Yeah, probably. I'd activate my Mishra's Factory, unless he has a better option here.
Oh, no, we have a Recruiter of the Guard.
Yeah, we're down to 15 due to the Horizon Land.
Yep. Yeah. So, what are you trying to find here? What are you most worried about? Because you can't get Mirror Crusader because that dies to the Sword of Fire and Ice.
I'd get a Leon and Wanderer here. Relic Wanderer.
Oh, Leon Relic Warder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did see the Stoneforge Mystic, so therefore, yeah. If he did sideboard it in,
he can blink out either the Sword of Fire and Ice if he's really curious about that one, or he can blink out the Arkham's Astrolabe. The Astrolabe is a bit more questionable to blink out. I would definitely be blinking out the Sword of Fire and Ice, though.
I would definitely take the Sword of Fire and Ice. That you have so many things with 2 or less toughness, and like honestly, that Sword of Fire and Ice is just going to murder you.
Interesting. I don't think we saw what he got off the Recruiter.
He hasn't resolved it yet. He's
Okay.
still going through. So for other possibilities from his list, we see
Flicker Wisp. Good
Flicker
call
Wisp.
here.
Yeah, Flicker Wisp is solid. Always love a good flicker. What's really unusual here, there is no Stepmom in the list.
That's not too unusual. Stepmom was more of a gameplay loop at the time. Very much so because of Plague Engineer. Stepmom is a 1/2 rather than a 1/1, and she lives through Plague Engineer. Very important when that hoses your entire game plan. Crucially, during the time of Plague Engineer, you also had Elves, which had a lot of problems going off because Plague Engineer would come out like main board always.
Oh yeah. Oh, I run Plague Engineer as a main board in one of my decks. Yeah, in my deck. Yeah, it is amazing. It hits Icefang Quiddles. It hits it's Elves. It hits humans. It does everything. It's great.
We're casting something for 2 mana. We got an Accumulated Knowledge, which is going to be a draw a card and then draw another card. Because there is an AK in the grave.
Yep. It is a 2 of. Interestingly, BeyondSadistic left out that single planes. I wonder if he does have the one of Path of Exile or anything like that. That as well.
He
Because I
might
bet
be
you
spooking him. This is
Yeah,
a common tactic to leave one planes up just to mess with people.
Oh yeah. Nope. Unfazed. Malfie is just going straight in for it. Does not care. And sure enough, we see.
We're definitely getting 3 damage in. Are we doing the full 5?
Yep. And Recruiter is gone. Drannith Magistrate, also interesting, a 1/3. Hey,
Yes.
So it does not die to the sword.
It is a very good 1/3, but at the same time, the main problem with it in the list is because it's a 1/3, it's not fetchable with Recruiter, making it more of a splash card that you have.
It is very much a flex slot card.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, with even though we had the fall of Luris and Zerda, honestly, Yorion I think is going to end up coming and becoming the next big thing. So,
And he has shown the Urza.
And there's the Urza. Oof.
So it counts itself, so that's a 3/3 construct token, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Which taps for blue as well as other artifacts tap for blue. And there's the Thopter Foundry.
And there's the Thopter Foundry. Okay.
Up to a 4/4.
Yep. Once again, I don't know how Death and Taxes beats it before beats the Urza. It is such a brutal card, and ugh, man, this is
Brutal.
yeah.
I think the main issue you have here is you're playing to your outs. You're hoping for the Cataclysm, I think, here, or you're really hoping just to get a Swords to Plowshare at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Cataclysm definitely puts him back in the game at least. So, though that being said, if you do Cataclysm and Malfie just keeps Urza and like sort of Fire and Ice, he can and one land. Isn't the equipment cost for sort of Fire and Ice too?
It is 2, and there are 3 artifacts on the field that can be tapped currently for blue. So there's 3 blue floating around.
So if you Cataclysm, he just keeps Urza, Sword of Fire and Ice, and a land, and all he does is taps the land, taps the sword to equip it, and you now have a roided up Urza swinging in for damage.
It is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that BeyondSadistic has an out now. Cataclysm would be an out, but if Malfie sees the line of keeping Urza plus sword and a land, it's over. So I don't know. Like I think this is quickly falling apart for Beyond.
Yeah, this is becoming a very hard match to win. At this point, you need a Council's Judgment. Oh, actually, no, this becomes a greater play here.
Okay. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Caracas.
So he does have a Cataclysm. He can Cataclysm for everything but the Caracas, basically. Or with the trigger on the stack, he can bounce the Urza.
And either or, like honestly, like Cataclysm is I think still going to be his out. If he doesn't have the Cataclysm, he's not going to pull away from this.
Yeah.
Being able to bounce the Urza is great and all, but if you remember, Urza brings with him a construct every single time you bounce him.
It's going to be the Cataclysm. You have to have the Cataclysm here.
Yeah, he has to have Cataclysm this turn and also be able to bounce the Urza.
That was really funny. We have Beyond's best chances if Malfie's feed dies again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes, chat. Yes, it is. That is pretty much his best chance right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, this Drowned Magistrate is powerful, but like, you're just keeping in check one Uro. Who cares? You have Urza on your team now. Like the great artificer himself. Like this is pretty much you're playing to your out, which is this feed crash. Did it?
Which I don't know if it's looking likely or not. We might be.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Are
we doing anything here? Let's see.
I think they're having some issues.
Let's pop in and check on them, see how things are going.
Right.
I'll be right back. We'll
yeah, no worries.
Probably hear them talking in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hello, is there an issue?
Yeah, I couldn't hear him for the longest time. I got out of the call, got back in. I could hear him. Can you hear him now?
Sadistic, try talking. You're on stream as well. I cannot hear Sadistic at all. That's an issue. Yes, you are back in. Sorry, folks. We just had a minor issue. That's going to be another couple minutes extension. There was a hearing problem, Doc. So the folks on stream heard, but we were having some issues with Sadistic's mic.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Patch me back in.
Yep, we are back in, and everything's ready to go.
I think Ivan's trash.
Look
at the chat.
Lovable Ivan. Lovable Ivan.
Oh, I love him. He's a big teddy bear.
And it seems like they're still trying to decide what they're going to do in this play. It is Sadistic's turn, last we left off.
Yeah.
And it seems like he just played a Caracas, from what I recall, and he's deciding what to do. His hand is about 2 cards deep, as well as there's 3 cards on Malfie's side.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's got... He's trying to think about playing a Flickerwisp, I think, here, and he wants to bounce the construct.
I think hitting the construct is the best thing to do with that because you know flicker out one of them and bounce the Caracas. Not bounce the Caracas, bounce the Urza with the Caracas. And
Yeah.
at least you're just dealing with one construct then instead of like two or three.
Yeah, I think here you really want to deal with the fact that Urza is on the field, but you really want to plow it. You don't want to Caracas the Urza if you have the mana for it. It becomes kind of questionable. And I think he's starting to notice the game plan outs here, that he needs to keep his Caracas up. And it seems like he's trying to decide between a Flicker Wisp and doing something else.
Yeah, I think the play is definitely just bouncing the construct because it's like having just free value off of just having the construct obviously going to block anything you have because you don't have Stepmom right now. So Stepmom will give you protection from colors to swing through, but man, yep. Like we called it, beyond packing it in.
Yep.
This game is just too far gone. And I bet you he's going to be revisiting his sideboard now because honestly, hey, this is he needs answers to Urza. He cannot beat the card.
Yeah, I think at this point you need to start thinking about like how you're going to deal with it. Interestingly to note, I think on game 2 we didn't actually see the Yorion.
Yeah, we didn't see the game. We didn't see the Yorion, and because the Dranith Magistrate keeps Yorion from being cast.
Yeah, but I don't think we saw a reveal for the Yorion. Every time you start a game, you have to reveal the Yorion. If it qualifies.
Yeah, if it qualifies.
But it should always qualify in this circumstance.
Yeah, I am letting them know. I just shot Malfie a message like his Yorion. So, are you bringing in the Pithing Needle now?
Yeah.
The Pithing Needle.
Oh, yeah.
In peace.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think we need the Rest in Peace. I think we need the Pithing Needle. Honestly, I wouldn't even be angry for the Surgical Extraction.
Yeah, I think you need to get a Surgical, you get the Rip. Your Council Judgment should stay in. Cataclysm is a definite yes.
Yes.
And then you're probably looking at the Pith Needle thinking Thopter Foundry, or you're thinking probably Urza. For Urza. Or even the sword, just
yeah. I mean,
not having the sword.
That's not bad, but like, I mean, naming the thing that's going to kill you is more important in my opinion. So, I think what's going to come down to is now that he knows what to look for and such like that. This isn't a control matchup. I bet you Beyond looked at this first matchup and was like, this first game was like, all right, NT versus Snoko, like whatever. I have the advantage. I'm on the play. I can just kick him in the shin once or twice and call it good. This is completely different. Malfie got points for going off the reservation with this and just playing some wild deck. And now BeyondSadistic has got to compensate for that. Like he's got to adjust. He's got to make sure his game plan is set. So I think he's got to really revisit his sideboard and man, this is coming down to a tense game 3.
Yeah, I think it's gonna all be up to whatever he chooses to sideboard into. Yeah. If he gets the early Rip, that might be a very favorable swing for DNT.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, that might be a little bit more questionable, to say the least.
Well, also, I mean, Beyond is a lot. He's been playing for a long time. We know him. We know him. We talk with him. He's a lot of the old school cards and stuff like that. Does he know the Thopter sword combo?
I think he's probably heard of it. Urza was a monster in Modern, and I do know that Sadistic did know a little bit about Modern, so...
Okay.
If he at least watched a tournament in the last year, he might know what the hell this is doing.
Hopefully. Otherwise, I don't know, dude. Like, I hope he knows.
Otherwise, he's going to learn a new term called Googleplex. It is one of the highest numbers, as I found out. And it is an actual number that you can quantify. It's really one of the highest quantifiable numbers, and it's exactly the way you think it's spelled. It is like GOOGLPLEX or something. It is named after a person or something. Absolutely wild. Look it up when y'all have a chance, chat. It's a weird term, but that's what everyone at a Magic tournament who plays Urza calls for as their number that they're making.
10 to the GOOGOL. It isn't like a 10 to a number. It's 10 to variables.
And if I remember correctly, the Wikipedia article says it was named by a kid. Or founded by a kid, I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I really can't talk. As a scientist, PCR was actually invented by a guy who was tripping on acid in his van.
I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that turned out. The first acid trip, from what I remember, if we discuss that as well as weird names, the first acid trip was discovered by a man who accidentally got it on his clothes and inhaled it, from what I recall, and then he went on a bicycle ride home because he wasn't feeling well.
So kind of. That's kind of what it is. So the first acid trip, also known on Bicycle Day. My girlfriend knows this a lot more than I do because she has studied this type of stuff. That's what a part of her research has been as well. But basically, what happened was he was a researcher working with dimethyltryptophan and DMT and like the variant of it. Dimethyltryptamine and as an anamine, and as my wonderful chemist girlfriend just reminded me. So, what happens is he I can't remember if he purposely ingested it or he accidentally ingested it, and when it didn't affect him or anything like that, everything was perfectly fine. And while
oh, we're getting an audio cutout from Doc. But as Doc succinctly explained, there is an interesting story behind why it's called Bicycle Day. But we'll be back shortly into the Legacy match as we all kind of exuded back into this weird, zany topic. Our good friend Doc, as you may have figured out, Doc is an actual doctor. He's got a PhD in immunology, so congratulations to him. He is still working with us on the tournament reports, but he is a legitimate doctor now. Just passed his dissertation on Monday, so in case everyone wants to know, Doc is a real doctor. Yeah, Doc just had some mic issues. We should be back.
Okay, yeah, I just reset my mic. Yeah, thank you again for that. And once again, a lot of support from the Discord from that. I had been absent for a lot of things, and people were starting to ask where I was, and I had to defend, and I luckily passed. So that was a very rough. And as you can see, I still have my whiteboard up for my defense, where I drew all of my pathways and such like that. Oh, am I glitching out?
No, you're fine.
Shit.
You're fine.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, my stream's still up. Okay, so yeah, like acid it was a crazy invention that just happened to go and started the whole hippie revolution as well. But anyways, enough about hippies. Let's see. I think Beyond is on a mulligan.
He is. I think it's mulligan down to 3, according to the dice, from what I can see.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I think he's looking for some sort of hate piece. He's got to be looking for a pithing needle or something. He's got so many one-ofs in his board. It's ridiculous.
So I imagine he might not be looking for a hate piece, but he's looking for a playable hand, because Death and Taxes does have an issue where occasionally you'll get like hands like it's a 1-lander but no Aether Vial, or you'll get like a 2-lander and no action. You'll have like 3s and 4s in your hand, or like the Batter Skull hand, and you're just like, this isn't keepable.
I have heard that D&T does mulligan a lot, but it also does mulligan well. Yeah, it's not a deck that will mulligan itself into oblivion.
And so it appears we're going down to 5 cards, and he seems to be keeping it.
Yeah, so he's trying to ditch 2 cards from his hand.
3 cards. So he's going down to 5.
Oh,
whoa!
Wow.
He's going down to 4. If he's ditching, no, he's okay. He's either ditching 2 or 3. I'm not sure here, guys. We're gonna figure out if he's actually choosing this.
I think he's ditching 3.
Nah, if he's down to 5 cards, he should only be ditching 2. But maybe he's going down to 4.
I think Malfie is also ditching some cards as well.
Yeah, it seems to be going down to 4. I just saw 3 cards ditched. And Malfie is also ditching some cards.
Yeah, but it's stream. Okay.
We have a Crocus
And
into a foil Aether Vial. And Ivan is correct. There are sometimes those hands where it's Council's Judgment in 1 plane. You're just like, well,
yeah,
not what I wanted. And we both have turn 1 plays here.
Chaotic with the okay, Joe Rogan, we got it. Yes. Yeah, I do watch a lot of JRE. It's a great podcast. You can hate me all you want. But anyways, okay, so we got once again the Astrolabe turn. And did Beyond just pass for his second turn? Yeah.
No, he has not passed, I don't think. I think this is something during his turn.
Oh no, this is Malfie's turn.
Yeah, okay. I wonder if if this was supposed to happen during Malfie's turn or if something was happening. Let's see what's going on here. And it seems Doc has lost his audio again, and now he's back.
No, we're good. We're good.
All
Sorry. Right. Hey, yeah. So it looks like he
Found
just put a charge
island?
counter. Yeah, it looks like the 1-land Vial hand.
Yep, that's fine. End of turn, Mother of Runes, perfectly legal, perfectly fun. Mom's online.
All right, let's see if he has the Thalia. Like that's going to be a really important piece to protect. Yeah,
the Thalia Caracas combo. It's going to be a good thing to get into.
Yeah, well, so with the Thalia Caracas combo, you have to always have either a second Vial on 2, or you just have to leave your Vial on 2.
Ooh, this is questionable. We have a Caracas versus Caracas fight.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I mean, with so many decks, I mean, to be fair, using Caracas to rebuy a Yorion and then flickering out all your stuff again, ugh.
So we have a end-step Aether Vial activation, which could be a bluff, or it could be real. We get to see the Stoneforge.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, guys, there is a 15-minute extension on this match, so you'll see the timer count up to 15, and then we'll start reminding them.
Yeah, so a lot of different technical issues with this.
So here, I think we might actually get a Batter Skull if he has the second land. If he doesn't have the second land, I'd be more tempted to get like a Jite or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you prefer Jite or Stoneforge? Yeah,
doesn't have the second land. That does not bode well.
Nope. He is hoping to top deck that second land. Yeah.
Yeah, that's typically not a good look.
Yeah, no. When you have what's it called? When you are struggling on that land drop, man, getting strangled with that Batter Skull always feels really bad. And he's trying to decide if he wants to go up to 2 or 3 on the Aether Vial. 3 is where your haymakers are in D&T, but 2, oh no, keep it on 2.
Yeah, 2 is more likely. A lot of the decisions you make off the Aether Vial is dependent on what's in your hand currently. So a lot of the times you're going to keep it on 2 if you have a 2 in your hand already, or if you have something else.
Oh, he hits the second land drop. Rashad Import.
Now here's the question: does he want to play the Jite or does he want to wait a little bit? There are questions to be made here. He might activate the Aether Vial. It seems like he's thinking about it.
I would have okay, and accumulated knowledge, AK for 1.
Drawn 1 card. It's not the greatest in the first time, but the second try is a little bit better. The third try is really good, and the fourth try is gas.
Yeah.
And we have a Thalia.
Oh, we have what looks like an upkeep Thalia. So,
I believe so. We have Malfie's stream dealing with issues again. So let's see if we can.
Yeah. No worries. So when it comes to the upkeep Thalia, now he has protection in the form of Caracas and also Mother. Okay, yeah, we're good.
We're good. Yep.
But at the same time, Malfie does have his own Caracas.
He does.
Like, I mean, Thalia is good here, but I mean, you're just playing who can bounce it first. And once again, we see BeyondSadistic not having the stepmom to give him protection from colorless.
Indeed, there's an Uro. We're gaining 3 life and drawing a card here.
Yep.
Very favorable position for Malfie.
Oh, yeah.
Another flooded strand from the boy, and he hasn't gone up
Yeah.
to 23 yet, but I'm sure he
he's up.
realizes he's supposed to be at 23.
Oh man, such a powerful card.
Grabbing more stream difficulties from him.
Yeah.
There you go. Good movement.
Okay, we see an end step activation of Stoneforge Mystic.
We do.
Putting in the powerful. Okay.
I'm going to pop in there for a second because we need to get them up to 23. Make sure the gameplay sadistic. Give us
good.
1 second. Hi, players. Malfie should be at 23 due to the Eurocast. You're fine. All right. Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. You will have a 15-minute extension on the current timer, so you'll have about 18 minutes left. Perfect. Thanks, guys. So we are back in.
Yep.
And it seems that Malfie needed to put up the 23. Sadistic was keeping track of the 23, which is thankful.
Yeah.
We do have an equipped GT.
Yeah. Oh, the Ancient Tomb. Beyond is going down to 18 off the Ancient Tomb. But that is a piece of tech that I haven't seen in about a year or two, ever since they stopped playing Walking Ballista. Yeah.
So I've been playing the tech, and the reason I got onto the tech is because I play 2 Chalices of the Void in my sideboard. And nothing feels better than chalicing people on turn 1. It was heavily played during the DNT era versus Underworld Breach, which was very short of an era, if you all remember. But Chalice was backbreaking.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chalice was really good against it, but the thing is, they just ran like 3 fairy and stuff like that to bounce it. So
yeah, it required some setup. We are bouncing a Thalia.
A Thalia on end step, it looks like. With
it would appear so. And we're down to 22 for Malfie because we have lost 1 due to a Stoneforge. And I think the plan here is just to beat face with Stoneforge and just have.
Yeah, honestly, I think just beat face and call it good. Like, I think that's what you want to be in this matchup now. But the thing is, we now have 1, 2, 3 cards in the graveyard for the Uro to eat. So you need 2 more cards. So if he has a fetch land and a cantrip, he can bring back Uro this turn.
He could, but that also gets rid of AK. So AK becomes incredibly worse the more you get rid of it.
That is true. It does get way bad, way worse. But I mean, who cares when you're drawing a card every single turn and gaining 3 life?
Yes. So there are trade-offs to everything.
Yeah. So, but once again, though, we see Uro is a legendary creature, so BeyondSadistic can bounce it with Caracas as well. So
there's the second AK.
Yep, there's a second AK. AK count on 2.
Yep. And we'll see if he wants to exile it. It is a possibility.
Yeah.
It just depends on where he wants to go with this. So at this point, I'm just gonna bless my GT every time. And the only way I won't do that is if he's Swords of Plowsharing the Stoneforge, I would imagine.
I'm imagining the Stoneforge.
And I would imagine that Sadistic does have a response by Mom naming White.
Yeah. Hopefully the what's it called? It's entirely possible he might have a second source of Plowshare here. He can make White off of the Caracas, or he can make it off of the Astrolabe. So it's
it is an interesting choice here.
Yeah. But once again, this could just be fueling the graveyard. Oh. So he gives protection, and then looks like he was giving protection to okay. So it looks like he gave protection to the Stoneforge Mystic and then maintained priority on it and activated the vial and flickered out the Mother Runes. It's actually kind of a brilliant play.
And this actually opens up a play for him to... That's loud, but Yeah, that's the time. We have a plus 15
Yeah.
minute extension on that
Yeah,
timer.
plus 15 minutes. Yeah.
We're fine.
So,
So we gained
and
up to 21 on that.
yeah. So and there you go. Malfie did have the second Swords of Plowshare-esque in the form of these snap Swords or Plowshares. Either way, brilliant play by BeyondSadistic. I mean, that was very tight, really well done.
So it was a tight play. However, there could have been some minor alterations to that play if he had instead chosen to force out by tapping Caracas and Rishadenport. He could have ported him.
Yeah, he could have ported him as well.
And force the answer, because then he has to Snapcast for that moment. And then he can flicker the Mother Runes afterwards.
Yeah. So it looks like he should be going to combat.
Yeah, he's going to go down to 1.
Oh, yeah,
no, he -1. He -1 on that.
Yeah,
and I think he'll swing in. Swing in for 3, I would assume.
I would assume as well. Yeah, it looks like he's swinging in for 3, putting him back down to 19. Or 18, my bad.
It should be, yeah.
He's at 21, and
Yep.
I took 3. Yeah. Gets 2 more counters on there.
And then he is going to do a Thalia.
Thalia, yep. Which he is playing into the Caracas, but, forcing him to tap down a land is still, forcing him to tap down a land.
Yes. It's very relevant that when your opponent is on a mana base that he needs all the mana that he has, it is very relevant just to put down a 2-drop and you just don't care.
Yeah.
That is a free Caracas that he's just going to be tapping every time to bounce something. So he's guaranteeing at least 5 lands only.
Yeah, it looks like that the Thalia is basically doing the work of the Rishadenport.
Yep.
So, yep, and we see the Caracas bouncing the Thalia, and
Brainstorm response.
Yep, Brainstorm now.
So at this point, we begin to wonder what he wants to do here. I would cast the Uro, I assume.
I would assume he does have enough fodder in there. It looks like to leave the AKs in there.
He also only has 1 card in hand, I think. I could be wrong. We haven't seen his hand in a while. Oh wait, nope. We got.
Oh yeah, and it's a fetch land, so he definitely has enough to escape the Uro.
But the question becomes, what does he want to escape it with? Because he does have 2 AKs in the yard, so that is very relevant.
Fetch land, ponder.
Brainstorm.
Fetch land, ponder, and
everything but the 2 AKs.
I think everything but the 2 AKs. And the Snapcaster Mage. Get rid of that Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster's fine. Snapcaster is something that you chuck away. You want to keep the AKs in your yard. They're irrelevant text, the cards.
Yeah, that's what I mean as well. It's entirely possible he might also just. Does he want to go for the Yorion play, or does he want to go for the what's called the Uro play?
That is a good question. The Yorion play is not too great here because the ETB is not really going to do you too much right now. I'd get the Uro.
I definitely agree with the Uro.
My choice.
Yeah.
No K command snappy go. That was a fun time of Grixis control.
Oh yeah. No, I honestly think that this might be I wanted to see what Beyond has in his hand for a Bile on 3. Honestly, that's where I'm looking at next.
I wonder if it's a Mirren Crusader. If it's a Mirren Crusader, that is backbreaking.
If it's a Mirren Crusader, I think the game might be over.
Okay, we're gonna get rid of some cards for the Uro.
Yep.
So remind me, and you're probably better than that to me. What is the escape cost on Uro?
It is 5 cards actually.
5 cards.
Yeah, it is not that bad, and it is very easy to fuel, honestly. Yep, and we now see him going back up to 20, drawing a card, draw a card, gain 3 life, put a land from your hand into play. He gets to do that when he ETBs and attacks.
It's a very good card.
The card is busted. And it's just like, do you have Swords of Plowshares? No? Okay, well, it's just going to come back every single turn.
The only way I see this going very well for him is if he has the Mirror Crusader. Because Mirror Crusader, interestingly enough, for the people who haven't played the card enough, it's very relevant because it is double strike, and each combat phase gets you two counters on GT. So you can plus GT twice if it's at 2, and swing in. It gains those 2 back, and then you can reuse them on the second snapback because of the double strike. It is really dirty.
Yeah, any of the swords do trigger twice as well.
Yep.
You know, having that double strike attached to Mirror Crusader is so powerful. And what's also unique about the Mirror Crusader is it does swing through Uro because it does have protection from black and from green. You know, in the old days of the great original Rock green black deck versus D&T, once Mirror Crusader was printed, Rock had no more answers. Rock stopped existing, almost.
Yeah, Rock is pretty much a hard deck to run in Legacy, but we do still see it in Modern, from what I understand.
Yes. What's this? Saul Malika is always on the Rock deck.
A local of mine. He is in the same area I live in, so he is an interesting character. Yep. We got another Flicker Wisp.
Yeah. Oh, another Flicker Wisp. Okay. So what's really cool that he could do with he's flickering out the Uro.
End step arrow. Yep.
End step. It is gone, and also, even though he's going to be able to draw a card and all that jazz and stuff like that, he still gets him. I gets it out of there, and it also sacrifices because it didn't escape. So, but the thing is, he's got to go all in on this damage, though. He has to outdo the 3 life that he's doing because Stoneforge Mystic right now can be pumped up to a 5-6, 5-6 or something like that.
Yes.
Plus that's
it is +2/+2. You got 4. You'll be 5-6, or you can choose to move it. You can choose to move it to the Flicker Wisp where you are guaranteed to get a 7 attack there.
Well, Malfie doesn't have any blockers right now, so he can swing all out.
He could.
So he swings all out. That deals 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 damage, which is actually 5 damage because the Uro ETB negates the 3 damage with the Flicker Wisp. So he's swinging for 5 damage at least, but he has to pump it every single turn.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what happens. Okay, so he is going to go for the Stoneforge play, just play and pump. Meaning that he probably doesn't have a trick up his sleeve in his hand. Sometimes you don't pump it and you switch the card so you can get a Batter Skull into play on their turn, or you play a Sword of Fire and Ice if you naturally draw it. There's a bunch of different tricks you can end up into.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really one of those things that he just has to go massive damage. He just has to go as much damage as fast as possible. Otherwise, he's not going to win this. Okay, yeah, and he's taking the damage.
So what did he decide to do here? He was pointing at the 3/1, and I think he went up and shot him with a Stoneforge. So we're looking at, was that 3 damage, 6 damage total?
I think that was 6 damage total.
He's down to
13.
And he'll be up
then he goes
to
back
16.
up to 16 because of Uro. Ugh.
And he should be up to 3. Yep.
Yeah, he caught it. And Malfie did put a land into play for Uro. And
surgical extraction in response. Now this is something that we noted earlier.
Yeah, he did bring in the surgical extraction. So this is after it's sacrificed and gone to the graveyard before priority passes through to the cleanup and stuff like that. He gets to go through. Okay, so his hand is Thopter Foundry, Servine's Reclamation, Sword of Fire and Ice, Intuition, and Forest. Oh my god, that hand is stacked.
There's the double Supreme, the Urza.
He did bring the Supreme Verdict.
Containment Priest is there.
Containment Priest.
Was that a Plague Engineer or a Dead of Winter? I couldn't see.
He brought in it looked like a Dead of Winter. A Plague Engineer isn't in the list. I think.
I would assume Dead of Winter is the better card here, just because of how many snow permits.
I'm pulling up the. Yeah, he did also bring the Back to Basics in.
I did see that. It is a good choice.
Yeah, that surgical extraction was key though, and so he's running how many? He is running one Uro, so Uro is a 1 of in the
Yeah.
deck.
But if you look at that hand, that's brutal for him because now Sadistic knows it's all gears go. Time to start swinging in. Because all he's got is a Thopter Foundry. All he's got.
He's got a Thopter. Well, he's got a Thopter Foundry and a sword.
Yeah, but he has no blockers besides Thopter Foundry. He has to make Thopters.
He does have an intuition though.
He does.
Intuition's 3 mana. He searches up a sword and a what's called sword. Crap. What else can Servine Reclamation hit? So he searches up a sword, obviously, probably an Urza and something else. And he can honestly bring back a lot of cards with that Servine's Reclamation. See, the intuition. The intuition is going to find him 3 of his pieces. One of them is obviously going to be the sword, and he can start comboing off this turn. Now, mind you, the tokens really don't matter in the face of the Jitte counters, but every Jitte counter that he takes off is another 2 points of life total that he doesn't have to deal damage.
There's the Supreme Verdict. That's a bit scary. There's the second one. So we're looking at... Yeah, he definitely has enough mana to cast that Supreme. That is... And a Snapcaster. This man does not want this board. It is a brutal look-see at what is going to be happening here shortly. We've got double Supreme just because he doesn't want any more board states.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Snapcaster.
Yeah. And so does he have enough mana to Snapcaster Supreme right now?
I believe so. That is why he was counting his mana.
Yeah, 2 and then 4. Yep. He's got enough to Snapcaster Supreme. Now, does he have another piece of graveyard? No, he only ran a 1 of Surgical Extraction.
Yeah, run of Surgical Extraction is pretty much the norm. We are also looking at what we're going to be doing here, because this is a main phase Supreme Verdict.
Yeah. Yep, it looks like he went main phase Supreme Verdict.
And he had nothing on 3. Ooh, that's
no Vial activation at end step.
Yeah, that's probably
those Rashada ports are just looking really bad right now.
He is casting something for 2 though. I don't know what. Oh. Yeah, he's thinking about casting something for 2. He's casting a Thalia for 2. Okay, so he's trying to force something out. Incidentally, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Because he decided not to actually, no, he only has 1 mana that he can actually cast with. That is unfortunate.
Yeah. And it looks like the only card that was in his hand is that 1 Thalia. So, and we see a Servine Reclamation. What is he getting back? The Snapcaster Mage?
I would assume so. It is the only thing he can grab back, because I think Savine's is a requirement.
It's a Sun Titan. It's a Sun Titan.
Yeah.
And he's flashing back Intuition. Oh, he's going for the AKs. There's 2 more AKs in the deck.
He's got to be. Drawing 4 cards is really efficient.
Yeah, it's a very good way to.
There's Urza.
Urza. Man, this deck is wild.
And what's the 3rd card that he got? Did he get all Urzas?
I think he got all 3 Urzas.
Oops, all Urzas. Okay.
Oops, all Urzas.
Yep.
All right. Excuse me 1 second. I need to say goodbye to my wonderful girlfriend. She's going off to work.
Sure. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah, I am back. Sorry about that. So we have here the Urza getting the Karn token.
Yep.
And once again, does D&T have a way to beat Urza? No. And then now we see him playing the Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yep. So what did he get back with the Mystic Sanctuary? I do not remember what happened there.
I didn't see the Mystic Sanctuary play. I bet you it was something.
And yes, he did Savine a.
Yeah.
He did Sabine an intuition, which is not a legal target. Because it is not a permanent.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go in there and talk it out. Give us 1 second while we get the players. Hey y'all, did you stop play for a second? You had declared an illegal target.
For what?
Sabine's Reclamation only gets target permanents.
Yeah, I targeted Snapcaster Mage.
Oh, okay, you targeted Snapcaster. Yep, you're fine. And then what'd you get back with the Mystic Sanctuary?
Accumulated knowledge is still on top of my library.
Perfect. We just didn't see it on stream and we didn't catch it. Thank you so much, guys.
You're good. No
and
worries.
the 15 minutes is up, but we're gonna let you play it out. As everyone I think wants to see you play it out.
Okay.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. We are in the middle of resolving everything, as you heard. And the Sabine's got the Snapcaster back. Snapcaster targeted Intuition.
Yes.
And on top of the library is an AK.
Oh. The Forbidden Sanctuary card was
Mystic.
Mystic Sanctuary. It's just.
And I think we're getting close to wrapping up. I'd imagine that Urza's going to start doing some shenanigans.
Yeah, I think he just bounced it using the Caracas, and I think this is pretty much wrapped up. We'll let them finish this up, but I think this is going to be the first win for the.
What is he doing here?
So he bounced the what's it called?
No, he's hard casting off of a Ancient Tomb, I believe.
Yeah, Ancient Tomb, Caracas. Yeah, because I think he used the Caracas to bounce the Urza end step, which feels real bad.
And there's the Force of Will.
And there's a Force pitching, Thopter Foundry, and I think this game might just be over unless he has another option.
Indeed. I mean, it all just depends on how this shakes out. I think it is going to be a 1-1 for the mods soon. We got 1 for Chaotic doing his best on Shardless Agent, Rogue Shardless.
Yes.
And it seems like Sadistic might be going down here.
Yeah.
But who knows? Sadistic might come back in the last couple minutes and just absolutely crack back.
Cataclysm is always a card, but he doesn't have double white to cast it. So.
Yes. That might also be what he's hoping for.
Yeah.
Which would be very interesting to see how that plays out.
I still, it would just be Urza, land, Sword of Fire and Ice, and they're just going to just beat your face in.
Well, that's if we assume it might be that, in theory.
Yeah.
What if he's waiting for the Cataclysm so he can either violin the Mirror Crusader? How sick would that be? How sick would it be?
I would literally shit a brick if that's what happened.
Like that hardest read.
The hardest slow play ever. And you know what? At that point, I would just applaud. I would just applaud. I would just be like, yeah, you know what? Good for you.
So I think we're swinging in with the Snapcaster and the sorted up
construct.
Which the construct right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6? Right?
There's also 2 constructs because of the fact that Urza was bounced, remember?
Yes, because it's 1, 2, and you got 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think 6.
It's a 6, 6 plus 2, 2, which is 8. So we're going to be swinging in the face for 8, 10?
Yeah.
Unless he's using it to cast. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah. And I think he's casting an AK for 2 or 3 right now.
And I think Sadistic is now at 7. He did take the hits. I did see his numbers go down. I'm assuming it's a 7 because I do not see a secondary number in front of it.
Yeah, I don't see a secondary number as well.
I don't think this is going well for him at all.
No, unfortunately, once again, it just came down to Urza. Urza is so good.
Ooh, there's a planes, and he's saying go.
Well, we know that he does have the 1 Thalia in hand.
What is he thinking? What is he thinking? He's going down to 5.
Yeah, and he's
double
tapping down 2 of the lands. So I would be tapping down white sources instantly.
I'd be tapping down
white.
instantly Caracas, no matter what. I do not want you bounding.
Caracas.
I do not want you bounding Urza anymore. Please no.
Yeah.
And he seemed to put down a forest? I think it was the snow-covered forest.
And then he attacks. This has got to be lethal, unless he's got a surprise.
No, he's gaining life.
Oh, yep. He's gaining life. Once again, Jitte.
Oh, nope, that's everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It is game over for our boy. BeyondSadistic loses this. It's 1-2 with Malfie taking the win. Congratulations to the challenger Malfie and his spicy Yorion and Urza Stoneblade list. That is absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Malfie. And I think we're going to take a short break and then get everything set up for the next round.
Yep, we're going to take a short break, guys, and then we'll get set up for the next round, hopefully very soon. Please stick around, and we'll throw up the between round screen. Thanks, guys. Hello, and we're back. I've got to move around some stuff. But
Ooh, we are super zoomed in on those guys. So, welcome back, everyone, to the third and final round of this week's Challenge a Mod event. And we have a pretty spicy one for the final for you guys. So, in the mod slot, we have our homeboy, Pie Boy, on 4 color control. So this is a pretty solid 4 color list that has been we're not running the any Yorion or any of that sort of shenanigans. It's just straight 4 color control. So we got our Ice Fangs, we got our Dead of Winters, we got all sorts of snow cards. It's a pretty stocked list. So, but on the other side is where we have our spice. So on the other side, we have Mud 3.0 by Wallyman. And what's actually really funny about this list is I actually wrote about this list after this last week's tournament. And this list is a house. If you remember Mud from I don't know, Jack, what was the last time Mud was played?
Mud was last played about 2 or 3 years ago. Prolifically speaking. And the objective of the deck has always been a smokestack style deck, and it's the only deck that you actually saw for Metalworkers, which there was a time where Metalworkers went up in price, because if I recall correctly, Metalworkers are a reserve list card.
They are a reserve list card from the Urza's saga worth of cards, and Metalworker is a powerful card. If you have not seen this card before, this thing is this card is a 3-mana artifact creature that's a 1/2. It says tap, reveal any number of artifact cards in your hand, and add 2 colors mana to your mana pool for each card revealed this way. So one of the best ways that this deck goes off is getting a Metalworker out as fast as possible, tapping it, having it survive the turn. You have your typical lock pieces, like you have your Chalice of the Void, you have your Trinispheres and stuff like that. And you just keep the Metalworker out, and you're casting things like Smokestacks, Tangle Wire, because the only card that you care about having on the field for mana is the.
And we're starting off strong. We've got a Force of Will into a Chalice check.
Yeah, so we had the Chalice. So Pieboy did have the Chalice. Not the Chalice, the Force of Will.
And on top of that, we see a very interesting deck style. He is using top loaders as his sleeves.
So it's actually not exactly top loaders, and he explained this to me actually. So not to dox Wallyman or anything like that, but he lives in a very humid climate, and if you haven't noticed with this deck, almost all of it is either foil or box toppers / masterpieces, and these are the old what's it called? They're the semi-rigid Ultra Pro, sleeves that they released a couple years back, and he swears by them. So it looks like we have a turn 1 Snow-Covered Island into an Astrolabe to draw a card. So Wallyman missed his first his lock piece, but he has a bunch of different ones in the deck. I mean, we're talking Trinispheres, Smokestacks, Tangle Wires even. This is straight Mud, as we all know and love. And we have a Cavernous Souls. This is most likely going to be naming artifact creature or whatever Metalworker's creature type is.
I would assume it's Metalworker's creature type. I don't actually know what is it.
I don't know. Oh, is it a construct?
Yeah, it must be a construct.
Yeah, Google will know.
I'm just trusting Ivan on this one. He's saying it's a construct. I'm willing to believe him.
Yeah,
it is a construct.
Yeah. Thank you, Ivan. And so we got a Ponder, fetch land, Pieboy being able to fetch away anything that he doesn't like in the 2 or 3 card slot. So he has, it looks like Wallyman has 4 cards in hand. If he's able to untap with this thing, he might be able to just slam a bomb. And I mean bombs when we talk about this deck. We're packing Blightsteel Colossus in this deck.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
I am gonna reach out.
Platinum Empyreon, Wormcoil Engine, Sundering Titan, and Blightsteel Colossus all in one deck. This deck is awesome.
It's gonna be a ton of fun. I am gonna reach out to Pieboy because it's very zoomed in, and see if he knows how to fix it.
Yeah, we definitely need to get that fixed. But yeah, okay. So we see here he is untapping with the Metal Worker. So he's got a Cavern of Souls for the turn. I wonder what this one's going to be on. It's probably going to be on something, whatever the threat is that he's about to deploy. Oh, he really reveals Kuldotha Forge Master, and also
a Wormcoil Engine.
Wormcoil Engine. This is, he is going to slam that worm. I bet you.
I reached out to both players, and hopefully they can zoom in. A tad for Wally, and then a tad for.
Is Kuldotha Forge Master a construct?
I have no idea.
I think it's a construct because he. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. So I think it might be. Oh, it is. It is a construct. Ivan in chat letting us know. So not only did he have the mana for Kuldotha Forge Master, but he also did for a Wormcoil Engine, just slamming those on the ground. And wow, this is Wormcoil Engine's a worm, and Kuldotha Forge Master is a construct. Wow. You know, I don't know if is he running a. No, his sweeper choice is Dead of Winter. And Dead of Winter doesn't do anything against a Wormcoil Engine. Yeah, you can't abrupt decay a Wormcoil Engine.
Good.
You got 4 Swords to Plowshares, but like, oh my god, this is mud at its finest right here.
This is absolutely brutal.
I am loving every single second of this. Wallyman, you have. I'm loving this, dog. And also, Kuldotha Forge Master is nothing to snuff at. It is a 3/5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, unless he finds his Swords to Plowshares or an Oko, this might be. But even then, what do you abrupt decay? Do you abrupt decay? Not abrupt decay. Do you Oko the Kuldotha Forge Master, or do you Oko the Wormcoil Engine? Can you? Does it still maintain being an artifact if you Elk it?
If you Elk it, it overwrites what it actually is, so it becomes a 3/3 creature Elk.
It just maintains super types like legendary, right?
Yes, from what I recall on the description of what is actually occurring to the object.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so in that case, if he does get the chance, he definitely needs to Elk that Wormcoil Engine. That card is. But once again, we just see him trying to find a way out by throwing down Astrolabes.
He is fetching again, so we're down to.
Yeah.
Are we at 17 now?
I think he's fetched.
Fetched. So we're still at 18. We're fine.
Yeah. Does he have the Swords of Plowshares?
He does.
He does, in fact, have the Swords of Plowshares.
And he's he's sorting the Kuldotha, I think.
I don't know.
Yes.
Is the Wormcoil Engine when it leaves play?
It's when it. I think it's when it dies.
When it dies. When it dies.
Yeah. How strong is Kuldotha?
Kuldotha Forge Master is a 3/5, and it says tap, sacrifice 3 artifacts, search your library for an artifact card, and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Here's his way of getting out his Sundering Titans, his what's it called? Oh, his Blightsteel Colossi and such like that. So I can definitely agree with getting rid of the Kuldotha. You know, He can possibly get rid of the Wormcoil as an elk, but the Godotha is what's scary.
And he is swinging the... Is that the Wormcoil?
Wormcoil.
Yep.
That's the Wormcoil engine. Yeah.
So we're swinging in for 6, gaining 6.
Yeah. Thank you, Malfie MTG in the chat for letting us know that yes, it is a dice trigger. So.
He is revealing something.
A Godotha,
Another
Godotha
Godotha?
Forge Master.
Yep.
Yeah, it's another Godotha. And he's going to cast that once again through the Cavern of Soul. So not counterable. Wow. This is, as you know, outside of a hard sweeper, this might be a game because with Dead of Winter, which is Pie Boy's sweeper of choice. All non-snow creatures get -X/-X until end turn, where X is the number of snow permanents you control. So, to be fair, a Dead of Winter does, in fact, give -4/-4 right now, which can't kill anything. But if he makes a couple more land drops or something like that, it's entirely possible he might be able to get off with that.
Yeah, no, all non-snow creatures, yeah. It is entirely possible if he gets the right land drop, or if he gets a... No, he has to have the right land drop at this point.
Yes.
All he's got. He's going to brainstorm with the correct art.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mercadian Mast.
I have come to appreciate the Mercadian Mask art. Need to slowly transition my way into all the brainstorm arts.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We're losing Wally again. Hopefully not. Okay, we're back.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
It is a bit hard to see the quality. That is just a webcam issue that I can't fix her out.
Yeah. And unfortunately, not everybody has a webcam. A lot of people are using their phones and such like that. But, what matters is that we're all here to play and have fun.
What matters is we all understand what these cards are doing. I see a Wasteland on the field. I believe I see two caverns and 1 Ancient Tomb.
Yes, that is correct. So
we got another fetch.
We are definitely seeing why Metalworker was banned for a long time from Legacy, because of the fact that this card is just kind of just broken if you let it go uncontested.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I will definitely agree to the fact that it is pretty broken if you leave it to go untested.
Yeah. It is one of those cards, like, if I untop with this, there's a very high chance I'm going to win. And as we saw there, he deployed 9 power worth of creatures in that time. So it's pretty ridiculous. But Pie Boy, we have not seen a land drop this turn. So hopefully he has a land drop. Otherwise, he might be out of luck here.
We did fetch off the brainstorm, so we brainstormed then fetched. So we might be looking for something. We're getting an abrupt decay out. What are his targets on that side?
Only the Metalworker. The Metalworker is 3 CMC.
Interesting choice, but I guess it makes sense.
I mean, at this point, the Metalworker's done his job.
Yep.
If you excuse me 1 second, I'm going to turn on my light.
Perfect. Well, Doc is gone. I'll be giving some solo commentary. He's back already. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. The Metalworker's already done his job. It doesn't care. What the Abrupt Decay does, though, is it takes him off the 3rd artifact to sacrifice to the Godotha Forge Master.
That is very relevant in this matchup, too.
Yeah, because with the Godotha Forge Master...
That's 9!
That's 9 points. That puts him down to 2. Ugh! Looks like...
Up to 28 on Wally. Good lord.
Yeah. Pie Boy really needs a sweeper, and he needs one now. So, what's really interesting, and I talked with Wallyman a lot about this when I was writing up the article. What's really interesting with Godotha Forge Master is, in a Wormcoil, you can go and, you can attack with the Wormcoil, get in your 6 points of damage, sacrifice the Godotha, the Metalworker, and also the Wormcoil engine to the Godotha's ability.
That's
then
game.
Go get your Blightsteel, and and we see Wallyman taking it game 1.
So let's take a look at their sideboards while they're siding out.
Yeah.
So we got Pie Boy. His sideboard is a 3 Flusterstorm, 1 Hydro Blast, a Nihil Spellbomb, 2 Veils, a Meddling Mage, 2 Meddling Mages, 2 Back to Basics, 1 Dead of Winter, and a Leovold of Emissary Trust. Tell me, which one do you like?
Can I say none? Just the back to basics, maybe. Like the two back to basics, maybe. But honestly, when it comes to the back to basics, Mud doesn't even care because what matters with Mud is getting the the metal worker. If it has a metal worker, it doesn't care about its lands. So I mean, I would say the two back to basics, and that's pretty much it.
I think honestly, the two meddling mages, is going to decide this matchup. You can't cast cards? Great, wonderful.
Yeah, that's true. And Mud has been historically does not run much removal because of the fact that they'll probably run Dismember, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, the two meddling mages can actually really get them.
Alright, so let's look at the sideboard for Wally. Actually, main board, Wally has an All Is Dust, so there is things in here. He's running Tangle Wires as well. He's running a Lightning Greaves, interestingly enough.
Well, because it feels really good to give your Blightsteel Colossus haste.
So our sideboard is 2 Noxious Revivals, 2 Ratchet Bomb, 2 Spatial Contortion, 2 Warping Whales, 3 Fairy Macrobs, 1 Steel Hellkite, a Wormcoil, a Platinum Angel, and a Spine of Issa.
I would 100% bring the Spine, actually, because that is a threat that recurs itself. And that is so good. But is he on the Karn? Is he on Karn version?
I do not see any Karns.
No, there's no planeswalkers in the deck. Yeah, he is on straight Mud. So honestly, I would put out the Spine, and I would also probably bring in. I don't know. It's like so hard because of the fact that this is a pretty older deck. Warping Whale might not be a bad card to counter because it's not like because all of the sweepers he's going to be countering are going to be sorcery speed, and they're always going to be sorceries. A Warping Whale could get you and also give you the time you need. Spatial Contortion, we do know that he will need because there are meddling mages in the sideboard, but he got game 1, and I doubt he's really going to bring this in game 2. So I would honestly just say probably like the Spine and probably the Warping Whales.
So he sided out 4 cards, from what I can understand. So I wonder what 4 cards it is. I mean, I'm agreeing with you on the Spine of Issa. Cool card name, also has a great effect. And probably the Warping Whales. But that only leaves us 3 cards. So what's the last card?
Honestly, a really spicy one-of that you probably could have brought in would be Steel Hellkite. Steel Hellkite is so good at cleaning up all those astrolabes and such like that, and cleaning up all that stuff. But I don't know. It's entirely possible the Steel Hellkite might be a play. And as we saw earlier, Wormcoil Engine, very hard for the 4 Pieboy to bring up and to fight against. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting, but I think Wallyman being on the draw here is where it's going to count because Pieboy has a turn to either deploy an Astrolabe to help fix his mana or a, or to set up for a Force of Will. So
I'm thinking if he has the great hand, like the really good hand, he's going to have a Astrolabe, Force of Will, blue card, Meddling Mage, and the land. As long as you have a land or 2, you can literally just go straight off. Turn 1, Astrolabe, draw a card, force whatever you need to force check, probably a Chalice, and then play on turn 2 a Meddling Mage saying you can't cast a Metalworker.
Yeah, but what do you name with? Oh, so you name Metalworker. I agree with that, 100%. Okay, we see Snow-Covered Island into a Ponder. So right now, what are you trying to look for off the Ponder? You played a lot of Control in your day. What are you trying to find off of this Ponder?
So there are a couple different ways that we can handle this. So we can think in his mind that he's only having 1 land in hand, but it's a really good hand, so he kept a 1-lander and a Ponder, so he's looking for a land. Or if he has the double land, he's looking for an answer. It just depends on what he was missing in the hand.
And it looks like he did not shuffle. He liked the top card, and he took that. Yeah. Okay, we see a draw from Wallyman. Wallyman looks like he's playing...
That looks like a Ancient Tomb.
It's an Ancient Tomb, yeah. It is the Expedition. It's the Expedition Ancient Tomb, I think.
And it seems to be another Chalice? Chalice on 1 resolves.
Chalice on 1 resolves. Oof. Okay, so So hear me out though. A Chalice on 1 is no longer like a total death sentence when it comes to a lot of these decks. Yes, against Delver it is,
Yes.
but against the control decks, I mean, yeah, it sucks not hitting your Astrolabes and not hitting your not being able to recast your Astrolabes, your Ponders, your Cantrips. But honestly, you can wait to get up to 3 mana, just cast Oko, and then you can get rid of the Chalice whenever you want.
I'll even say it's not even backbreaking in the Delver matchup anymore because we were seeing a lot of Brazen Borrowers, and Brazen Borrowers is a great main board card because its main use is the 2, bounce the target permanent. Great, thank you.
Yes. I understand. I'm right there with you. I'm the exact same way. I run a 1 of Brazen Borrow on my deck because, even though Chalice, things like whatchamacallit, Merit Lage tokens, all that sort of stuff, it just
Back to
blinks
basics.
so many things.
Is that a back to basics or what is that?
It looks like a back to basics, but he only has 2 mana.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on here.
Is there, because Pieboy was on the play?
Am I missing something?
Yeah, back to basics is 2 mana.
Yeah, that's a
It's
2
3
mana.
mana.
That's a 3 mana card.
Hold on. Let's. Yeah, back to basics is 3 mana. What is he doing here? Oh no, I think he.
What is going on here?
No. Go ahead and give him a call.
Oh, they undid something. They noticed what happened.
They noticed what happened.
Yeah, they did not have enough mana to cast back to basics. It is a 2 generic, 1 blue cost. Do not know what was going on there.
Yeah. Okay. So we pass back. Okay. So now that you have that information off that misplay, if you have a wasteland, you go for it right now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting rid of it immediately. However, we're playing 2 Ancient Tombs, so we're just going to cast something before.
Oh, a Lodestone Golem.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. What are we destroying?
No, Lodestone Golem. Lodestone Golem. That's the one that costs all non-artifact spells cost 1 additional.
Oh, we're talking about that one. Yep, that is.
Yeah,
that hurts. That hurts.
Restricted in Vintage because it is so powerful. Oh, just hit. Like, congratulations, you're back to basic now. Cast 4 mana, and also I have a 5/3 on the field. Like, oof. That was good.
So,
yeah, so good it was restricted to Vintage.
Pieboy, did he fetch beforehand? I'm not exactly sure.
No, he's fetching right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fetched before. He fetched with the Misty Rainforest, and he's fetched with the Prismatic Vista. So he should be at
18 at least.
Yeah, so Lodestone Golem. So once again, Mud is the type of deck that this is like the bread and butter of it. Mud is basically the legacy version of Workshops without Workshops, obviously. And so, like, having this Lodestone Golem, man, this is going to tax him. And if he follows it up with another taxing effect, like a Tangle Wire or something like that, it might be just game over.
Brutal.
Man, Wallyman is demonstrating that he knows his deck.
Absolutely brutal here. As we noted, the Lodestone Golem is a 5/3 and says all non-artifact spells cost 1 more. It is a Thalia on crack.
It is a very powerful card, and it is really good to see that this is. It's really crazy to see that there. Okay, so if you're Pieboy, what are you doing now? Are you, because you know that your hand has been tipped to your opponent. So, are you trying to get rid of it? Are you trying to? I don't know, dude. Like, I'm freaking out at this point.
I think I'm gonna try and bait someone into playing into my Iceman Quaddle. I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Pieboy runs it. I didn't look at the full list when I was looking at the sideboard.
Yeah, he does run a full 4 of Ice Fang. And we see Wallyman with the crispy Wasteland coming in hot and taking out that tropical island. And now we see just, a 5/3 and a dream coming in.
Yep. We're tapping both. We're going down to 10.
Yeah.
What are we casting?
10.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's a Trinisphere.
Oh, Lord Almighty! That is.
Oh man!
Backbreaking.
Oh, that is backbreaking. Oh, this game. I think this game is locked up. If Pieboy doesn't hit that land drop, man. Oh, come on, Pie Boy. You can't. You gotta do this, man. We need this. Oh man,
Is that a very nice and shiny Trinisphere too?
that is a masterpiece Trinisphere.
We're looking at another one. We're going down to 6 life here.
Yeah.
Good lord, what are we casting now? I can't actually see what the card was.
5 mana for something. Probably it probably looks like a. I can't tell.
He is trying to move it, I think, into his play. Is
Oh,
that
it's
the
a
Forge
Canotha
Master?
Forge. It's the
Yep,
Canotha
that's
Forge
the Forge
Master.
Master. Hold on a second.
Oh man. So Pie Boy down to what looks like 6, and he needs an answer now. If he doesn't rip top card of his library, being he needs a Swamp and Dead of Winter right now, because Swamp Dead of Winter kills the what's it called? It's 3 mana, so it's not affected by Trinisphere, and it kills. Oh wait, no, Lodestone Golem makes it 4.
Yeah, did we already swing out for the Lodestone, by the way?
Yes,
Again?
he did.
Are we down to 7?
8? Yeah.
No, we're down to
5.
8. We're down to 8.
Yeah, we're down to 8.
And
Yeah.
Wally takes it.
Wallyman takes it. Oh, another defeating blow to the mods. Oh,
Mods
man.
are 1-2.
Oh man.
Good lord, that was a
Jeez.
absolutely magical deck to see. A blast from the past. You don't get to see Mud too often, but it is what it is, guys. As always, if you want to check us out, use the !! Discord command in chat, and you'll be invited to our server, which you can join, where we play lots of Legacy. Once again, I'm Mr. Jackdax, one of the mods on the server, and below me is my co-host, Dr. Leo.
Hi there. Yeah, you can find us all on the Discord. We really enjoy doing these, and thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. So we look forward to seeing you again next week. During the next week for the next week's challenge.
And if you're looking to find us, we're on Twitch at MTG Paper Legacy. We're on Twitter at MTG Paper Legacy, and we're also the MTG Paper Legacy Discord server. So if you find us there, that is where we will be. And also on YouTube, we're on YouTube as well.
Yes,
at MTG Paper Legacy.
This VOD will be uploaded there later on tonight.
Yep.
So,
thanks, guys, for the fun. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Night, guys.